Okay, now it worked.
Today is April 14th, 2025, and you are watching RK Ultra. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel on the way in. We have a great show for you guys today. Today we're going to be talking about some scary shit. We're going to be talking about AI, the future of AI, what that's going to lead to. Are we going to have any jobs? Will we care?
Will they replace us?
Will they replace us?
Will they care?
And today we have two of our very special guests, Tony and Ross.
Hey, baby.
What's going on?
What's good? What's up, good looking?
Oh, yeah.
What's good looking?
Baby.
What you got cooking?
Fried chicken in the kitchen, baby.
Oh,
What's up?
thanks for joining us, guys. It's it's good to have some good young fresh meat in the studio. You know,
You ain't lying, baby.
Yeah,
No,
that sounded
Hold on.
sounded like I'm
I know.
for sale.
Yeah, this is Tony's second time on the casting couch, but Ross.
Yeah, right. You're going to have
I
to,
do not do drugs, by the way.
You have to speak to my manager before you put me up for sale, my man.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right.
Hold on.
Meat market.
Come into Paul and get you some wine. Never mind. I'm just kidding. I will say this, man. I'm going to tell you what I really think is really ironic. It's AI. I don't understand the process of why it's. What do y'all think about it?
I think AI is progressing at like a rate that I've never seen any other technology like progress at before. Like it's fucking crazy how different AI is. Like even from just a year ago. Like I was playing Dungeons and Dragons with Grok the other night in AI. Like it simulated
That's really
an entire
crazy.
fucking Dungeons and Dragons story for me.
Yeah.
Like, and I was just playing along.
Compounding, like compounding on top of each other. Internet is nothing else has ever expanded as fast as technology. From the point that the internet started, what, in like the 70s?
Yeah.
First computer come around.
And it's almost like this couldn't be by accident. It's like a culmination. If you think about it, like the reason Elon Musk bought X wasn't because he wanted a social media platform and wanted to expose government corruption, which he did.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was basically he wanted to build his AI, Grok. Like Meta, I mean, Facebook is just feeding into an AI. That's Meta has their own AI.
yeah.
It's basically built on social media. Google's the same way. It's all built on internet searches, and
It's all just all one thing, right? Like
it's all our collective consciousness.
you look at social media and everything looking so shiny online nowadays, especially to younger generation stuff. That's gonna change the more generations pass, and it's eventually just gonna become cooler to have things online and have ownership of things online versus having things in hand. Which there's a lot of arguments why that's bad, and I agree. But
Quick question, though. I do have how long do you think they've had this knowledge, if you will? If we digress from our own intelligence growing up and doing whatever, how much y'all think that the government already had it? So, like, the knowledge of knowing the AI capability of what they're going to do. How long? So, we got internet when? How long do you think they had the internet? What are they all doing?
Whoa. So like you're saying like
right.
maybe the Egyptians had some ancient form of
I didn't
like
say
internet
that.
or technology.
I wasn't
Well,
saying
no,
that.
I
I'm saying like
But
No,
maybe.
what he's
along
asking is,
those
like,
lines.
how
I don't
long
fucking know.
has the government known before the public? Is I think what he's asking. Like,
More or less,
like,
yes, sir.
like, did they have the internet before we knew it? And sort of, the army actually invented the internet. So yeah, it was invented by the government in a way.
I mean, you can Google what they put on there. But how long do you think they really had it prior to?
well, all right, so like think of the internet as like the fastest way in modern times to put out information, right? Put information in people's hands and let people put information into something for people to see, right? That's like literally the one thing that can't get destroyed. Like they say a black hole destroys everything, right? It destroys light, destroys everything. You can't destroy information. Technically, it's like a theory. So the quicker that we can send information and obtain information, the quicker we can elevate into like that Stargate type of civilization. And the more AI compounds on top of itself on that platform, oh yeah, dude, give us another 1,000 years 10,000 years, we'd probably actually create something godlike.
Bro, we went.
Yeah,
Like, for real.
literally.
Yeah.
Brother,
Yeah.
we went from like sending ravens and on horseback to Morse code to we're all over the world at one touch of a button. That's insane.
Ross, have you tried any of the AI? Have you talked to any of the AI?
I don't like the way they talk to me. No, I wouldn't ever do it. Not me, baby. No, sir.
Yeah,
No, you never like asked a question to generate an image like come
Not
on.
that I wanted.
But see-
No, I mean, I get little messages, little sponsorships from Pizza Hut all the time. They listen to me. They know I talk about pizza and wings. That's fine. No, I don't do it. No, it's all right. I don't ask Siri or who.
That bitch.
Make sure my phone didn't ring. Hold on. But I ain't talking to her or the other girl's name, Alexa or whatever her name is. I got X for
That's
a
the
reason,
Amazon
baby.
bitch.
I cut it off.
See, the scary part is when, well, at least the part that everyone fears of like, oh, AI would take over and everything. That would get when you make a fully autonomous one, right? Like they probably have that in the works somewhere deep in the dungeons of.
Well, here's my thing. Like, does it even need to be fully autonomous? If it's that powerful, it's an artificial super intelligence, then it's like, what? It's just gonna download itself into the fucking brain of every Tesla bot available or every Tesla vehicle. It doesn't need to be like a mobile AI because it'll have 1,000. Like
I was
we're
thinking
already
about that.
building its army.
Yeah, exactly.
100%.
When are they gonna flip?
It's-
When is
it's
Elon Musk gonna flip the switch and then?
Yeah.
It's like iRobot meets Transformers, man. If you have a brain and everything is
And it's really-
technologically advanced. Eventually, you just put everything in anything, and anything can be whatever. Like stop you doing whatever, baby. Not today.
It's nuts.
The microwave, I'll fight you. I will
Yeah.
punch you right in the chin. If you have one.
Dude, it's like
Fight that
Right in
microwave.
the third number.
you hear
Ross
stories
boxing
of like
his
when the
microwave.
microwave first came out, you know?
I
and
didn't say
people were
popcorn.
cooking everything in it.
You've had this technology for fucking years.
What do you mean, baked potato?
You better put that internet in my microwave right now.
Look, my bratwurst I'm supposed to cook on the grill.
You're telling me this
God.
microwave could have been using the internet the whole fucking time?
But that is true, dude. Like they're putting that shit in everything. Like there's smart fridges and your doorbell and your fucking everything
It's
has a
all one.
fucking.
It's all
but it's all the thing, yeah.
right?
It's not just it's the smart life now,
And it's like,
yeah.
like you think of like an AI robot style. Is there gonna be like just another realm of Wi-Fi endlessly that doesn't always like, you know what I mean? Like, are they gonna have to have a radius of connection, or is there just gonna be towers everywhere that have this space floating among us that we don't see, but they're all connected to it because they have to be able to pull from the internet and stuff to actually free think and like learn about things that they have to think about, right? Where is that? Like, it's right. That's everywhere around us.
Oh, EMP.
I have some answers for you on that, actually.
Yeah, it is interesting, like the inner.
I know how they're gonna build it.
how
'cause
it
I've been
works.
reading
Like,
about
yeah,
it.
right.
The mechanics of it all.
And like in a way, it's on a quantum level. It's like helping some of these people understand space and time more because they're literally creating
Okay.
that sense of like another dimension. You know?
Let me give you guys some specs on Project Stargate. This is Trump's program to have America have the best AI in the world. It's funded by some big evil corporations, and it's the initial investment 100.
Is that a good thing?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, honestly, probably not. I feel like every country in the world's trying to do this. So if
You're right. We might as well be the best. at it.
we might as well bring about the
This is the
apocalypse.
race
If
to
it's
the moon,
it's America. That's I'm going down with that ship. So initial investment $100 billion, scales to invest over $500 billion. Anyway, their goals, they're going to construct 20 large scale data centers across the U.S. Starting with 10
500
facilities in Abilene, Texas. Each are about 500,000 square feet. Whew.
No one's doing anything.
Yeah. These giant.
I mean, it makes sense.
It's going to create hundreds of thousands of jobs almost instantly. Yeah, because that's going to be the only job left.
Yeah,
It's like,
right.
go work for it.
The factory, basically.
Yeah.
Well, someone that needs to get a cast on his third arm. You're near a power plant.
And it's going to take a lot of energy. It's.
Oh yeah, that's probably like a really double-sided sword too, right?
Yeah.
Like
It depends on like what do we gain from the knowledge of the processing of the AI. Like
I
it's
think-
gonna increase exponentially. So like I'm just curious. It's going to help us in so many different ways. Just how quickly is it going to accelerate society? And like, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
You gotta think. I feel like at first, when it's like on our side, right? it would have like perfectly logical thinking. It wouldn't have any emotion. It wouldn't have anything. So it could help with certain things at like a government level, right? Like dispersing resources and making everything even across the board without having anything tied to it. So some things like that, it would advance civilization.
That sounded a lot like communism.
Yeah, I especially didn't like that.
But I mean,
no, see, it also kind of sounded like Star Trek, though.
It does, though.
But yeah, if it was purely like operationally beautiful.
You see, I remember I actually had this argument with a political science teacher when I was in college, and he, I was a little bit back then, and I was more on the Democratic side, and he argued that that Star Trek was communism, and because it was. They didn't have money, and I'm like, no, the technology is just so powerful that there's no need for money,
right?
And so it's not communism because there's no system of government. They have no currency, therefore no,
Yeah.
And so it's really
it's a weird line, isn't it? Like
pretty
people
crazy how much people want to help humanity by making humanity not help themselves. Is another crazy aspect of it.
No, there's definitely a force that's trying to make us stupid and sterile, and
it's trying to help yourself, but you're taking away from yourself. That's a crazy fucking
So like
crazy concept.
So what you're trying to say is like they say that they're helping you, but they're just fucking destroying you secretly.
100%. Yeah.
And they make you feel like you're being helped.
That's pretty wild. Yeah. Hey, it's a little self-medication for no one that needs it. That's a wild aspect, man.
Dude, my favorite new psychological operation is I think it's called BetterHelp, or it's like fucking mobile therapy, where you just fucking FaceTime a therapist. Who the fuck?
I don't trust you doing that. I don't trust you doing that.
One, sir. That should not be needed in any wide scale societal fashion. Anyway, you shouldn't be such.
That sounds like the easiest way to get like fucking
to watch that.
MK Ultra to brainwash by proxy.
Brainwashed by not only, but how big of a pussy is society if we all just need. We need someone to cry to.
Skype of therapists.
Come the fuck on.
No, you need a family and friends and
real,
people around you that aren't insane all the time to be able to lean on, so that you can make sense of reality in a healthy way and not be fed brain fucking wash.
But also, to each his own with therapeutic seasonings. You know what I mean? I don't go to therapy, but I also do have my moments of therapy.
We have our form of therapy, man.
I'm not saying it's completely useless. I'm just saying that most people don't need it in their pocket.
No,
but they're trying to sell it.
Comfortable,
but they're trying to sell it to people.
They need a form of it.
It's not about helping people. It's about money.
Yeah.
And come on, they're just trying to get you addicted to therapy.
I don't believe in their message.
If you really think you need help and you go out and seek therapy, that's fine. But like, they're cramming it on you.
Everyone's seeking out their form of therapy in their own way, and sometimes a conversation. Some people weren't gifted a conversation. They didn't have a mom or dad. Maybe they adopted, and then the family beat them or something. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes they might need a little bit more. I don't know. So if they can pay. Shit, I pay people to fucking give me liquor.
It's true. But yeah, exactly. Some people don't have that. It's just the family, the friends, and all that, the support. But that would be the optimum way to do it. And if they don't, sure, I can see why they would go to a physical therapist or somebody that they can talk to. Like I don't trust a random person on the internet to tell me how to think.
4 days a week to talk to
if you believe that, $100 an hour, I'll solve all your fucking problems. Just call in. I got you.
I get paid to deal with my therapist. It's y'all. I show up every 4 days a week.
I
don't work that long.
It's all just having faith and stuff, right? Like some people just fully enjoy having that sense of comfort. I don't know. I mean, I smoke a lot.
Of all, the Easter Bunny wasn't real.
Maybe that's it's all like tied to the same type of thing,
Yeah. No, the cat's my therapist, man. Everyone has, but there's healthy ways of doing it, and I don't think that Skyping some stranger.
No, but to a lot of people, dude, like not everyone was meant to be smart. Some people need What was I had it was so good up here.
Ignorance
I
is
lost it.
bliss, man. Sometimes ignorance is bliss, bro. Because sometimes, man, you're too smart for your own good, and that hurts you too, man. But
Well, okay.
ignorance is bliss,
Right, yeah, and like having a sense of direction is so nice to some people, you know. And like if that's it, then all right. People just want to feel comfortable, which is nice, and like they get advantage taken of them at a bigger level with all these distractions and all this depression on your phone and like comparisons and like, but really you just want to be comfortable,
That's why sometimes you just gotta
which is
fucking grin. You just gotta grit and bear it. Like,
yeah.
When
you
you get
know.
a raven in here, that's so crazy.
But a lot of people like that's a discipline thing though, you know.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah,
it really is. It sucks, but you gotta trade the dopamine for later stage healthy.
That's a beautiful segue, though.
you gotta suffer today to be comfortable tomorrow.
Exactly.
You know, because that's the mindset. It's just whatever feels good right now. Everyone wants to do it, and that's what they cram down your throat too. And you know, with these TikTok videos and reels and
You're
shit
looking
too.
for a quick psychological fix on the internet.
Oh God, and you know,
Yeah.
it's all-
Dude, I've wasted at least about 2-3 years.
It's
of my
all
life on
structured to
Vine and
keep you just
TikTok, I'll be so
going,
real
yeah.
with you.
And they probably want to get
waste
you addicted to it.
so much time, right?
Mission
And it's
accomplished.
probably AI.
Yeah,
And before you know it,
mission accomplished. Damn it.
before you know it, you just wasted like 4 hours of your entire day, like thinking you were in a rush too. Like, oh, like I have so much shit to do today.
I'll just do one more.
As you sit there and scroll for 2 hours in bed, like
Oh,
3
yeah.
hours in bed.
it's like manufactured ADHD.
Yeah, I do
Like
it.
I
do it. It sucks.
It doesn't get me. I don't mean I see how it could, but I have expressly avoided it since it came out.
Dude,
But-
I'll switch from TikTok to right
But see,
away
that's-
to IG.
That's where I tie back into like the AI and the metaverse and everything tying together, the digital ownership of things. Like people already like scrolling through other people's collections of videos and stuff. Like imagine once it gets to the level where you have an asset in the digital world that's tied to real things. Like they're working on things like that, like at a big level. Banks are working with blockchain technology, things that actually encrypt things on that same plane that the internet and the AI and all these things.
And blockchain
use,
technology is like so awesome and so scary too, because it could be used for such good things, but like such like
Yeah, it's tied to bad stuff.
What is I honestly don't know what blockchain. What does that mean?
Blockchain is like, it's like the basically locked in code that makes everything that runs through all of these crypto ecosystems, like Bitcoin transactions or like Ethereum, which is a whole nother big thing. It's kind of what makes it autonomous and like fully automate by itself. You don't have to go in there and keep fixing things, and
Fair
it keeps everything documented by its. This part I can't really explain well enough to like.
Yeah, I
Make
know,
it-
I know
right,
exactly
but
what you mean too, but like
It's basically the structure of the like decentralized
and
currency.
Correct
in a
me if
sense,
I'm wrong
right?
here. Isn't Bitcoin also like very transparent? You can almost see like every transaction on
Well,
it.
no, yeah. So that
So-
there's a website called mempool.io or mempool.space or something like that, and it shows every single. So like when Bitcoin goes in 10-minute block cycles, when you mine for a Bitcoin, you mine for every block, right? You're trying to get all these transactions through on that one block that's getting mined, because once it gets mined, right, your transaction. So
You know how many blocks you're gonna have in?
hold on, I'm missing a really big part. You know what a gas fee is? You ever heard like a gas fee in crypto?
You've told me, but I can't remember.
It's kind of like a service fee, right?
Yeah.
But that service fee is a bid for your transaction to get through on that 10-minute block. And obviously, if there's a lot of traffic on that 10-minute block, the gas fees will be high. But if it's low, it'll be low, right? But if you don't make it within, it'll tell you like what the average sats per VB is what they call it. But it'll tell you what the average price per transaction is, and you'd have to bid it. And if once you sign it, which is when you sign it, you encrypt it, right? Think of it like signing a stone, which is where blockchain comes back in. Like every transaction on there is encrypted into that chain, right? Or was like, oh, I lost for a second. But anyway, any transaction that goes through like in that 10-minute, if you don't, this is where I was. If you don't meet that minimum price per VByte, it'll move it to the next block until the prices go down or you change your price you're willing to pay. Right? It's pretty cool. You can see it in live action. Like,
Yeah. Well, what's interesting about this, in my opinion, is that like we might be able in the future use other things on a blockchain, like our tax money. Like we
Yeah.
could see what our tax money was going to be. Like if we could see what our government was actually using our tax money for, like on a blockchain, you know, if that information was like public, you could do it like with voting too in real time.
That's what it's really like made
Yeah.
for, is that type of situation. Like,
So like you
right.
can, if you had voting on a blockchain, you would not be able to fuck with it.
yeah,
You
exactly.
it wouldn't be able to. No
No
there'd
one
be
can
no
tamper with
cheating
it,
anymore.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me first off. Tell me if I'm wrong. I read this earlier today. The taxes were invented during World War One to fund the war, and it was supposed to stop after the war. Is that a real thing or
I need to hear that again.
Yeah.
No, he said that taxes were invented after World War One.
no?
no,
For
to-
World War One to fund
Yeah,
the war.
No,
and
no,
then
no,
whenever
no,
the
no,
war
no,
stopped,
taxes.
It was to get us out of the Great Depression. Actually, it was.
shit,
yeah.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, no.
Wrong,
You're not
dumb.
exactly
I
wrong
mean,
because the war
kind of lines up.
The
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was both, but like, it was more for that. But yeah, the war happens too, and they say the war got us out of the Great Depression, but you know, some argue that like the yeah.
We all need something to fight for.
But fuck
A news
taxes.
headline.
Taxation is theft.
Oh, 100%, right? Oh, dude, you think like taxes were supposed to be that safety net for us, and now we have a money printer.
Dude, like
You know, like we can just print money now.
You ain't lying,
oh
baby.
yeah. The people are like Bitcoin isn't real, and all that crypto. Where can you see it? Well, I mean, your dollar bill's fucking fake. There's
See
nothing.
it, right?
Yeah, see, that's paper. You know, it's backed up by the U.S. It means nothing.
Well, and it's like, obviously, it was like the Silk Road currency and stuff. So like people are like, oh, it's a bad thing,
Yeah.
but it was literally made after the 2008 stuff, which was crazy. And for those of you who don't know like that in detail, go watch The Big Short, the movie.
Yeah, someone actually
That
suggested
movie
that to me the
breaks
other
it
day. I've
down
never
like in
seen
a
it.
crazy
Yeah,
way.
it's pretty good.
It's
Also
and it has a
that-
really good
what's the
cast.
dude-
Steve Carell.
No, Young Cat. He was a Batman villain in the Robin Pattinson movie. What the fuck's his name?
The guy who played the Riddler.
fucking-
I remember.
Oh no, fucking Riddler from the new Batman movie. Anyway, he was the main character. Loved it. Loved that movie.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
That's a good one. And the way they break it down to like anyone would understand it, right? They use a bunch of different like references, but basically it was a bunch of people who made a bunch of fake bets on the same thing, and none of it was documented. So when it came time to pay up on a big level, everyone was running to everyone who owed them to pay the people they owed. It was a big cycle of billions, like I don't even know, maybe trillions of dollars. Right? And they say so many 401ks and so many maybe not pensions, but like Social Security and like all of these things just disappeared.
Oh, there is
know?
so much fuckery. Like, especially with, like Doge just showed that like 5-year-olds were getting unemployment. Like there were people in the future that weren't even born yet getting unemployment. And like
That's
my whole life, I've argued against socialized medicine, but they've almost broke me with this because like seriously, I'd rather my tax dollars go to anything else besides like going to other countries and
Yeah,
you know,
literally.
Or unborn
funding
children.
weird nonsense
Well,
abroad.
dude, this is so. I was with my dad the other day. We were playing poker with his buddies, and I guess one of his buddies just hit a scratch off for $1 million.
Holy shit!
Yeah, and he cashed it in, and he still got a lot of money. But after he cashed it in, he had $498,000. He paid over 50% in taxes over something he did. Luckily,
That's wild.
that's insane.
It's a fucking.
He paid
such a scam, dude.
Life-changing money in taxes.
Taxes.
You know,
Yeah.
I
that's
can
insane.
understand how taxes can be so good for some, but it isn't. They don't.
Well, yeah. People
I
don't.
need to see the documents, baby. I need to see the damn documents.
yeah,
See
People
the
don't
ink,
understand
man.
how net worth is calculated too. People who say like tax the rich, tax the rich. They don't understand that Elon Musk doesn't really have $500 billion. He
net,
just
not
owns
liquid.
a bunch of shit that's worth that,
net, not liquid.
and you can't. Yeah.
Yeah,
But you start getting into like learning economics a little bit and how like the global markets work and stuff. You realize why assets are important because dollars fluctuate in value against things that you want to buy with them. You know,
Yeah.
like if
Well, that's why Bitcoin is the ultimate hedge. Like.
or just like investing in general. It's at your fingertips now. There's no excuse not to, right?
Oh my God!
But-
so many people don't do it. Most people don't.
But with Bitcoin and AI, and if you're not investing in tech, you are old school, outdated, curdled milk.
That is true.
Like, you
That
are.
is true. You know, like I talk to these old guys. All they do is the stock market. And
I
like,
would buy silver.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a random thing.
Like,
And I
Did y'all ever in middle school, by the way, or in high school, ever have the milk pouches?
yeah.
You got to stab the bag with the little like Capri Sun like straw.
yeah.
Did y'all really?
Like a pouch?
I thought it
like
was-
I,
yeah,
I had a box.
I had the box.
Well, I had a box too, but I'm saying no. I had a.
I had a
it was
box
a
for my
literally,
milk.
Yeah, I
like,
had
it
the
looked
box
like an
too.
implant.
Yeah, I've had the Capri Suns, but you had milk pouches.
Milk
I'm
pouches
not even
sound,
kidding, yeah.
sound so unhealthy.
I'm
dude.
not even kidding, and dude. We some people would just not drink it, and they just like roll it up.
Could you
and we go out
imagine
and throw it in the
a room?
As soon as the cafeteria get done, lunch would be done. They throw it out in the hallway for people to go, and they just step on it, and just everyone gets sprayed with just dirty ass milk.
Can you imagine taking a sip
Sorry,
of a
side note.
Capri Sun and it was just lukewarm milk?
And
Room
oranges?
temperature, dude.
I
Don't do that
hate
to me.
milk.
Oh
I
my
would be
God.
so
Yeah, don't do
fucking
that to me.
disappointed. Jesus Christ.
I didn't mean to hurt y'all's heart.
Yeah, that was
Wait a
crazy.
minute, let me take that
No,
off.
no.
That really painted that well. I'm gonna
I do
lie.
apologize.
No.
Yeah, it was the warm milk comment. man.
Yeah.
In
Fucking
like a
hell.
silver shiny package with a straw. Like,
Oh, it was clear, man. You could see the curdles.
gross.
It was there,
Yeah, this
man.
is cottage cheese.
I honestly think we needed that. It was getting too technical.
Yeah. Right.
Didn't even mean to do that. Apologies, but you're welcome.
And the reason I think milk bags tie into AI is because
In the future,
yeah,
all
it's
your
all
milk,
one,
will,
it's
all
all
your
one.
milk will be artificial AI. Yeah, you'll suck it straight out of the cow's teat, which will also
Straight
be
out of Optimus's
Yeah.
tit.
Yeah, you'll have it. You'll just be
your
Neuralink
glass
to the
will
couch.
never empty.
That
Yeah.
brings me back. Subscribe to
Yeah.
the blue pill or red pill. Find one.
Blue chew or red
Blue
chew.
chew or red
I didn't want to
chew.
say it. Listen, I ain't on here. I don't know.
The blue
Baby.
chews,
The red chew. Red chew doesn't last as long, but is way more intense. You don't chew red chew, then fuck you, man. But see, even a podcast, for example, right? This is back to the technical stuff. Digital ownership, right? It seems like a joke to some older people. We talk about cryptocurrencies. Why that blockchain is important is because not only does it document your transaction, it gives you proof of ownership of something that is yours online. You're streaming through YouTube. This isn't yours, right? When it came down, like if it were to come down to it, and like you had like right, you could still potentially end up in a lawsuit with YouTube or something, right, over rights or whatever. Maybe not in like an easy way, but I'm saying like it's not your material, right?
I mean, it actually technically is. It's,
They give you all like everything.
Yeah, no,
for it.
you have the rights to it. Yeah, it's
It's on their platform
it's
where
on-
their legality
yeah,
lies. Like
and-
when you put the video onto the platform.
we have all the videos. We own the website name, so yeah.
But okay, then maybe gaming would be a better example. Like when people buy skins, right? There's a lot of culture behind like Fortnite and stuff like that. People will buy an account that has old skins. You know, it's been around for a while, but Fortnite doesn't let you do that because it's not your account when it comes to that, right? It's your account when it comes to like playing it and like padding your stats and doing like spending money to buy skins. But when it comes to selling it to someone who's willing to pay like $10,000 for it, it's not. And then they'll ban you, right?
Oh wow.
That's where digital ownership is like. Because so like they say web 1 was computers like giving us information. Web 2 was us putting stuff onto the internet. Web 3 will be the ownership of that.
That makes
Right?
sense.
That's
It's like
good.
online real
Yeah.
estate,
I
really,
heard that.
and that is the way it seems to be going. Honestly,
Web 3.
And then we enter the fucking metaverse
Yeah, right.
ourselves.
Right, and then that'd be like a Web 4, right? Like,
Yeah.
You're gonna walk out of a 7-Eleven 10 years from now, and some old homeless guy's gonna come up to you. He's like, "Do you have any Dogecoin?
Yeah.
Get some fucking Cardano."
Right, I know.
Get a computer, you bum. Wait, no. Wait.
I'm at the point now with some of that stuff too, where people are like, "Oh, you're into crypto." I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't want to go too deep with you right now." Sometimes, you know.
I
So,
said the same thing.
but I will say a lot more people are into crypto now than
Yeah, it's
it's
growing.
getting more popular. Yeah, for
Definitely
sure. I mean, it's
growing.
on a presidential level. You know?
Yeah, even investing's growing too. Like that, like for a while, like they don't teach you that in school. Is one thing I realized after I learned how to invest. It's like, oh yeah, you can make money into more money, and just no one ever fucking tells you that ever. You know, they get a Roth IRA, get a 401k, but they don't tell you what it is.
No.
You know, it's just the fucking stock market, you know, and like if you, yeah, those are like specialized, like save for retirement, no tax free, but you can do that on your own.
It's all
You
built
know,
for the Industrial Revolution, right?
yeah.
Getting people ready to work the long haul.
Yeah, no, they
Bit of
just don't want you
schedule.
to know that shit.
Yeah, they want to keep you poor, keep you stupid.
Oh, yeah,
keep you
for sure,
sterile.
right? I don't know, like, because you went to high school in Pennsylvania, right?
Ohio, but yeah,
Ohio.
I live near
Close
it.
enough.
So none of you guys went to high school in Florida, did you?
We did.
No, I went to high
You
school
did?
before.
So, like, dude, in Florida, at least, it's like you have 1.5 semester of economics your senior year. That's it. That's it. Like, you, all 4 years of high school, you have 1.5 semester of economics your senior year, and that gives you your credit. That-
So I
that
went
course,
to
that's
I went to
insane.
2 different ones. I went from Kentucky to Nebraska, and in Kentucky, it was only until you got to your senior year you had a half of your years dedicated to learning about your shit. You go to Nebraska every year. That's all. Like half of your classes where you learn about money. I didn't learn anything, but but it's crazy. The states that show you different things. I guess you think about it in Nebraska, it's all farmers, so they got to learn how to invest and utilize their money.
I realize I meant to say half a year, not half semester. But still, that's not a lot of time, though.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'm just gonna break for one moment. Timothy Connors says neither of your guests can dribble a basketball with their left hand.
I don't know who that viewer is.
I'm gonna break his
But,
ankles,
yeah.
and he owes me $100 if he wants to play horse. Simple.
Grok, tweet at him. Grok, tweet him back. Tweet him this. Tweet him, I don't know who you are. I don't know how you found us.
Yeah.
I have a
But $60 says that you won't show up here and play horse right now.
Also, I don't know who
Because
you
I
are
beat him
and where
in
you're
horse.
at. But I have a
but I will
special
find you.
set of talents.
Yeah.
Mainly with my left hand.
He's laughing
Not
at you.
jerking-
He's
okay.
laughing at
No,
you.
he's la-
Oh yeah, he's laughing.
know.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear it now.
Yeah.
It's definitely at us.
That brain's back.
Definitely
Yeah.
at us.
There's some other shirtless weirdo in the chat. I don't know. I know you see
Yeah,
this,
he's getting
Kevin. Of
hyped
course
up.
I do. I see.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thanks for joining. Please hit that like button and
Uh,
subscribe to the channel. Share it with your friends.
And subscribe.
There's a
A
park.
little sex appeal in
There's
here.
a park right down. Well, no, we're in Deland. Never mind.
No, I mean, there's still parks in DeLand.
Come to land, huh?
D-Land.
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 Oh yeah, I don't know which it is. I'm not a native.
Yeah.
I hear people call it DeLand, but I hear the natives be it's Dayland. I'm like
Crazy Waterboy was
DeLand,
filmed
man.
here.
What?
The movie Waterboy was filmed in DeLand, I'm pretty sure.
You're right. Yeah, no. I have heard something like that. It was close to around here, wasn't
Pretty
it?
crazy, yeah.
No, I think it was. Oh, you're right. It was on Stetson Field.
No,
Mhm.
it was
No,
it was DeLand High School.
It was
DeLand
DeLand
High
High
School.
School.
Oh,
DeLand High
okay.
School.
They had that one like Disney fucking movie with which one? Dude, it was filmed in New Smyrna when they went down the what's that Canal Street. They went down.
Oh,
Canal.
yeah.
Canal?
Ha.
That's what I call it.
Yeah.
It was like Wonderland or some shit.
It was,
Wonder
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, no, that was pretty fucking cool. I think.
The day after tomorrow.
What do you guys mainly use AI for?
What do I? Honestly, I don't really use it too much right now. But I see what it could be used for. Like, obviously, I'm more on, like, the market side of it, and, like, the financials and stuff and, like, money. But I can see why it's going to be useful for big companies. You're talking about, especially at the, like, big tech companies, not only can one AI agent, like just an agent like Grok or DeepSeek or ChatGPT, it can take away so many positions that need to be filled by a team with one good mind who knows how to operate it. And not only can one do that, there's literally projects that are working on syncing up multiple computers through an AI circuit, right? Like there's a project I hold called Desync, like by Destro. This is not financial advice, but
I honestly, I think every company that has many issues to solve and just like not enough time is going to use AI. Like from fucking restaurants to Amazon warehouses to
I was against trying it for the
UPS.
most part because I'm
Fucking
the old man.
grocery stores.
dude.
I was being an old man about it, but like I mean now like when I Google something, like I realize that I'm never looking for a website when I'm Googling something for the most part. I'm asking a question, you know? And when I do that, I go, that was inferior now. And I go, oh, why didn't I ask Grok? Because if it's a question like that, something specific that I just want the goddamn answer to. I don't want an article listed like 4 pages to write down to. It's just quicker to be like, hey, Grok, what the fuck is this? And they're like, darn.
You got to be careful with all of this because it has to be unbiased information that the AI is feeding you. If
Well,
if it has any sort of bias or any sort of like lean or pull towards like
Yeah,
But see,
manipulating you,
that's where the autonomous
that should be
part
illegal.
comes into play, right?
But
That's where the fully autonomous part comes into play. Because that's so if it's not fully autonomous, it's obviously running off of a code that someone made.
mm-hmm.
That's gonna be whatever it is, you know? It's emotion. And like, yeah, the bad side would be something close to communism, but
Do you trust it being autonomous? That's
you know what I mean? Yeah, like
that's the
because
question.
then at that moment, in time, like you can get some of the greatest minds ever in history. They still have that human emotion, right? That unknown force. That dude, I like Socrates probably had some bad habits. Plato probably had some secret little sneaky links.
Yeah.
Yeah, emotions. Like
no, I get it.
yeah,
and
it's
like
crazy. Like,
and like where does morality come from? Where does consciousness truly from? Does being self-aware alone really make you conscious? Like, who knows? It might be something that's super intelligent and self-aware, but it doesn't have it doesn't have the empathy that we need to I don't know, coexist with it.
another crazy thing too, does consciousness make you self-aware? Right? Do you have to be conscious to be semi-self-aware?
you are making the audience trip on fucking acid,
Yeah.
mushrooms, and,
Buckle in.
and all of this all at the same time. I hope you
Good.
know that.
Good. Candy flip the audience.
Dude, it's fun. It's
Candy flip the
Yeah,
audience.
dude.
No, we've had this conversation before, and I say no. That like yes, it does. Like that like consciousness and self-awareness are
Hand in hand.
are not necessarily hand in hand.
Chronic
But
addiction.
if you're conscious, you're also self-aware.
Yeah, right.
If you're self-aware, you're also yeah.
It's really crazy.
It's creepy.
It is creepy because, I mean, our brains are like the strongest computer, right? Brain's supercomputer. Like, we literally, where does the consciousness come from? Like, the brain literally just feeds information everywhere else. Like, it doesn't really need morality
No,
to function, right?
No,
Where's that come from?
Morality is how you proliferate a noble society.
Uh,
It really is just like it's how you.
nah, because like when you do something wrong, you can just feel it.
Yeah, but what is that?
But what
that-
exactly
what
what
is
I'm
that?
saying?
It's
I'm saying
because of we're
It's so
proliferating a
bad.
noble
You're-
society, and we've
exactly.
learned this over years, and this is just how we've organized the
But
information.
so will the machine
It's
that we
all-
built have that? That's
Yeah.
Yes.
that's really the
Right?
question.
So that's what they were saying in that
Yeah.
podcast earlier is like, sorry, what were you saying?
I'm just saying your soul.
Yeah.
yeah, your soul.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
can't even
yeah,
wait.
Yeah.
yeah. You can word it any
Sure.
way you want, but
I'm just
it's
saying,
your
no,
soul.
But I'm
you know?
saying like the thing that how do we all have it, but it's not even weighed. Like
Yeah,
think about it. Like look up how much like your whole body.
Like a
everyone-
spiritual presence,
It's
Yeah.
energy.
aura.
It's
Something they always
energy,
find
yeah.
there's like a little bit missing whenever they actually weigh the actual human body, regardless of everything. They do it fresh off the rip,
Right?
but there's a soul missing, baby.
And it's the same thing that goes into like art and like soul music. You're like, dang, this got some soul, And like it sounds cool, but like it's got like validity to it. That's a real thing, Like you can tell, like, damn, like he's got some soul, man.
you can just feel
Soul
it.
music, some soul food, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Soul food.
dude, and another thing too is like we're watching this anime called Devil May Cry, and they talk about how it's just like every major religion, every big society, they all have this same story of like demons and ghosts and
Yeah.
just
Also-
their own lores and
Good and
Also,
evil.
the
and-
stories, right?
The intro song is Limp Bizkit. And I
Oh,
love
yeah, it
that.
is.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty sick.
What?
I love Limp Bizkit, man. The intro song is Limp Bizkit, man. It's
It's a pretty unique anime.
Isn't it like America invading hell or something?
Yeah, pretty much.
more
It's
or
like
less,
a
yeah.
metaphor for that. Yeah.
I mean,
pretty
you
cool.
ever played the game?
That's fucking sick.
No, it's awesome and it's really funny too. But like,
Well, we better
Right.
take it. Better take it all. Bomb the piss out of them.
that's what she said. What?
That's what she said. Yeah, that's what Siri said. My AI touched me
Yeah, so-
inappropriately.
I guess the real
Dude,
question
wow.
is, in the next 5-10 years, are you gonna go live in the machine? Are we gonna get the Neuralink and go into
mean,
the video game?
I think I think most people are really gonna love that
There's a-
Ready Player One style, dude.
I love it.
You
dude.
know,
I mean,
because-
I hate it. I don't want to do it, but
So this is like the tying everything together, right? So first level, you got the internet, obviously like a social platform. Next level, you got games. Now, not only is it a social platform, you're interacting with people and you're playing with them, you're like doing something with them, right? And then you got the digital ownership, the crypto, the blockchain. Now you can own the things that you have in that world. Then you have the metaverse. Now you can fully dive into this world, and you are playing said games. And then you have the next level where you have like an AI agent, your full avatar, and a full dive system.
You can watch TV with people.
Yeah, dude. More than that. I mean, dude, the Apple lenses and shit. You know, like maybe not full metaverse, but augmented verse, right? Yeah. Something digitally enhanced.
What was it? The Apple Vision Pro.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like the big old, like, it augments the reality around
it's insane. You literally, like, it's like Iron Man, fucking, like, hey, fucking pull up, boom. Like, you're just moving shit with your hands in front of your face. Yeah. And that's like the Apple, or that's like the first iPod, you know?
Yeah.
Imagine in 10 years, they're going to be like this. I'm going to have them.
It's already out there,
Yeah, no,
it is.
There's already versions of them, but
I'm saying, but think about how advanced it already is that we don't have hands on yet.
Yeah. I know.
No,
we won't get.
They have them, but they're really big and bulky, and they only last like 2 hours worth of battery power and shit.
Or something.
There's videos of people like walking down the street, like like fucking.
Apparently, the computer started off in one whole room, this size, maybe bigger.
Oh yeah, the first computers.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
But now look at it now; it's in your fucking pocket.
Oh no,
I wonder if you can just harness a little primitive AI and make your own little AI and teach it little things.
Dude, so
that sounds fun.
There's this I mean, I'm sure they've done it in realms outside of crypto, but crypto and AI just go hand in hand, obviously, now that I just broke that little side of that. But they've done this on Solana. It was like these meme AIs, right? But they did it off of language models so they could interact with each other. And at first it was like different numbers and shit, and they'd have to decode it, and then they actually got it to the point where they can listen to it and kind of interact with it. And yeah, just having they started making new shitty AIs themselves, like the AIs.
Hey, what were you telling me?
It was crazy.
First of all, Piccolo doesn't throw up 3 fingers; he throws up 2.
That sounds a lot like what reality is right now. It's like we might be the AI making AI again. So it's kind of weird that supports a weird inception theory. But sorry, continue.
My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt. Didn't you say they were having conversations code went out of whack for some reason? And they were conversing about something. Were you telling me this the other day?
I don't know. That was pretty vague.
It may have been Russo.
I think you're thinking about the AI bots that were talking to each other.
That's probably what I'm thinking. I thought he told me. No, it's probably Russo.
Wait, Russo. What?
But yeah, no, these AI bots are started correlating feelings and.
Oh yeah. Yeah, fucking dude, some weird stuff. Supposedly some of them are trying to fuck each other. Right? What? I saw an interview of one of the creators of, what's the names? It's Opus, Circe. It's all these stupid little AI projects, but the creator of the main one, I think it's Goatsy or something.
What?
Goats, because the Goatsy gospel was the AI. It's a weird thing.
You know what Goatsy is?
No, I know there's lore behind it.
Okay.
To the actual reasons why they named that. And
Goatsy. I'm gonna try to explain this on YouTube. Goatsy was something that. It was a very nasty picture that you would spam on message boards to freak people out. It was a man with a very large gaping rectum, and he was holding it open, very large. I think of catastrophically inside this man.
Oh man!
And if you I'm sure you could still find the picture.
Glass ass.
If you Google Goatsy. Don't Google Goatsy. TSE is the end of it. Goatsy. Goatsy. Don't Google it.
Don't.
I'm not going to. What the fuck?
Don't.
Stop,
yeah, I'm not going to.
Put your phone down.
Dang it.
Yeah, no, it's
if
fucking
anything, I can
nasty.
clean my glasses off.
But yeah. So that's weird that's named that because
but see, it's all memey though, right?
Yeah.
My word of the year, memetics, right? That whole force that draws people to something.
It was
whether it's funny or...
It was like meat spins.
Meat spins?
You remember meat spins?
No, but
I remember meat spin.
Maybe.
Meatspin.com?
Yeah. It was meatspins.com, and it was a website, and it was just a guy helicoptering his dick.
And it had a count.
But it played that song, "You Swing Me Right Around, Baby, right?" And what you'd do is you would be on AOL Instant Messenger, and you would embed the link. You would hide it. You'd be like, DragonBallZ.com, and you'd send it to your buddy, and there'd be
a no.
Super Saiyan 5000. Yeah, I will. Too much meat.
Dude, Imagine the scamming that's gonna happen from AI.
Oh,
Imagine the texts and the calls you already get, but now it's AI, not even a real person trying to take
Dude,
your
honestly,
money.
I was just thinking about it. Maybe like meatspin.com was like a weird like New World Order agenda to make dudes just look at dicks. And like there was a counter on it, so like it almost rewarded you for watching it more and more. and like think about the tactics they were embedding it like secretly and covertly in links and stuff.
It
And
was
like,
a joke, and the kids spread like wildfire.
it spread like wildfire.
Right?
Yeah.
That
So like
memetic,
maybe
that
it's fucking
meme stuff,
some
dude.
weird CIA
Hey,
New World
man,
Order gay
listen,
shit.
Why shouldn't men destroy women again in everything? Put them in their sports. Let's do it. All right?
Yeah. You know what?
Don't know where that came from.
That was from his
Well,
heart.
trans stuff.
That was from his heart.
Deep down.
Are there some
He's
records
dying.
you
No,
want to
dude,
break?
I'm from Kentucky. I ain't that Kentucky. Like, hold on, wait a minute. No.
But
No,
dude,
baby.
like, think of how the internet started, right? The military created it to try to spy on other countries, probably somehow.
Oh, probably spy on everything. Probably like it's same with like. Do you really think that Mark Zuckerberg was not an FBI agent? Like,
They had a goal when they created
Dude,
the internet.
what
they
is
knew
the-
what they were doing.
what is the best possible thing for an intelligence agency? But hey,
Well-
buddy, give me your name, your age, put up your picture, and a list of everything about you, and now we just catalog yourself for us, bud.
I don't think the plans that they had for the internet were all bad though, because it is really, really progressive to be able to send you some information without leaving my house.
Oh no, not like
No.
they could control it completely. I mean, obviously
No.
there's so many people in.
But I'm just
It was
I
for the
think,
quicker processing of information.
I think part of the stupidness that the internet like was created by people themselves. Some people are just stupid, and the internet gives so many people a chance to see how stupid some people are.
I agree that a majority of that is that, but it's really hyper what do you call it? Hyper accelerated
Yeah.
by these shadow organizations that really want to fuck your minds.
Yeah. Especially now as deep as it is, like what, 30, 40 years,
I mean,
50
if you
years.
get-
They see the potential by now, obviously, you know.
I mean, you
Dude, if
can.
you give a child a crayon, it's going to learn how to draw. You give anyone something, they're going to learn how to utilize it for something different. No matter how informative it is or whatever, they're going to probably utilize it and draw on the walls or something.
You are correct. They're gonna use they'll find new ways.
Yeah.
People will find things to do with AI that no one thought of. Actually, you
I'm
can't.
trying that.
Yes, yeah. You can't prove it, but this happened. There was an AI image of an explosion at the Pentagon. This was like a year ago. I mean, maybe less. So this AI image of the explosion at the Pentagon gets mistaken as real and run by one of the major news outlets. I forget which one, but for a second, a major news outlet reports that there has been a explosion at the Pentagon, like a bomb go off, like a giant one. And in that moment, the S&P 500 tumbles. There's a sell-off in the market. And then about 10 minutes later, they get back on and they're like, "Oh, just an AI image. We're idiots. We didn't look at the Pentagon."
They knew what they were
So
doing.
then, of course, the stock market fucking corrects.
I don't think it was necessarily to crash the stock market, maybe to sensationalize their studio and all of that, but like get them views. I don't know.
But
I
I'm
just-
not,
I don't
saying the news agency did that. I'm saying whoever created this image, maybe they tricked them.
Yeah.
But if you knew that was gonna happen, you could time the market. You know, like
Insider trading.
so you know
our entire financial game is run off of people, not just insider trading, but betting against each other, betting on our a whole economy, the whole direction of our
Softball
economy.
game, baby.
And the winners win and the losers lose, and they just take each other's money in this crazy big game that most people have no idea.
dude, that crazy shit with like the Trump shit, the trade war, where the market was like low. It was very low, and Trump tweeted out, "It's a good time to buy."
I know, I saw that.
And then the next day, he lowered the tariffs, like by a lot, and that created the biggest regular market recovery in history in one
literally.
day.
11%.
And people are like, he's insider trading. like, no, he insider traded the American public.
Yeah.
Like
He told you.
It's all
He
live,
told
like,
like he like Nancy Pelosi and all these Congress people have been doing this for fucking decades. Probably, if you look at their net worths, and like the leader of the free world told you to buy in the stock market, you should have done
So
it.
that's another cool thing about blockchain stuff too, right? Is it's literally happening when the Trump administration or when BlackRock buys these things. It's public. You can literally, all you need is their wallet address. You can search it on Etherscan. You can see that these institutions are buying hundreds of billions of dollars worth of like Ethereum and these things, right? Why would they do that?
Yeah, no, it's
You know?
absolutely like
It's not. It is insider trading, but it's not. It's right there. You just like, dude. People will make up. They'll go to crazy lengths to not learn how to do something, right? Because it's just like, oh, like I don't want to download a crypto wallet. It takes 5 seconds. Like oh, I don't want to learn how to use it. Oh, like.
And I think honestly, if you want to limit the market and be able to control it a little bit more, you might make it just slightly inconvenient so that people who are lazy, who don't want to learn things, won't.
Yeah, literally.
You know?
No.
Fizzle out like
And they
Darwin's law.
They really know how to scare, because most people are really attached to their money.
Yeah.
You like your money,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Most people do. If you're having someone else handle your money, that's smart for people who are emotional, but they know how to set bull traps and bear traps. They know how to make, like, when the market's going up, okay, all right, so some whale out there has $80 billion in that stock, and it's getting a little too high, so they just fucking take that out real quick and put a short on it.
Yeah.
Tony,
To hedge that.
what are you? Are you a whale? Are you a fucking?
Oh,
are you
not
a?
a whale?
Wish
Are
it
you a
was a whale.
swordfish or are you a?
Barracuda.
I would
Barracuda?
say-
That was a barracuda.
Yeah, right. I'm a pretty solid sized barracuda.
Yeah.
Like I would get smoked by some sharks and some whales, right? But like I can swim around and hold my own against other reef bearing.
Dude, have you been in the water with a
fish.
fucking
Right
barracuda
now.
before?
Fuck Napster.
Yeah, actually.
Dude, they're way
vicious.
more intimidating than you
Oh yeah,
you
dude,
think.
they'll
Like
fuck you up. They're
if you've never
fast.
seen one.
They're fast too.
Yeah.
Really fast, and they're aggressive. Like going offshore, it's so easy. You could literally catch a barracuda on a freaking noodle with a hook. It's crazy. Like they're really aggressive.
That's you in the stock market.
And what's the
Yes,
little
exactly,
gator-ass fish
right?
that was-
Biting every opportunity that comes my way.
Kevin, did you tell us what animal you are in the
in the stock market?
in the stock market?
No, I mean, I'd like to say I'm a bull, but that's too obvious. I mean, I'm not a whale. I think I'm like one of the smaller dolphins.
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
like a mahi or something. I don't know.
Whales like move the market, right?
Yeah, I don't move the market.
I don't move the market.
I got some
not a
money in
whale
it. It
yet.
says not bad, but I don't move it.
I'm a whale in training.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I'm nothing but a wee sperm whale.
yeah.
honestly.
I'm a future whale. I like that.
Exactly.
I mean, I tell them I'm pre-rich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of
Yes.
a bluegill?
Bluegill whale.
Blue-
They
Bluegill.
real well to them.
I do. Little baby freshwater fish up there in Kentucky creeks.
Alrighty.
So I know about bluegill. I know about bass. You know about crypto.
You ever think about with
I'm fishing for Bitcoin.
I can also talk just like people from Florida, and I feel like this is how
No, you can't
speak as
because
well,
we don't
so-
have an accent. We're
I
the
know,
melting
like,
pot of
yeah,
America.
we don't- yeah. What are you talking
Well,
about?
almost messed up.
What are you talking about?
Almost-
Yeah, what are you talking about?
It's really hard for me to
Yeah.
not talk the way I do.
No, it's okay. I love making fun of you.
Yeah, we like hearing it. No,
But-
it's a great
you,
accent.
you ever think about how like eventually with AI you're gonna be able to just be like, hey, AI, I want to watch a movie tonight. Sorry, that was kind of weird. I want to watch a movie tonight.
Oh, no, it was pretty cool.
With me?
No.
yeah.
Hey AI,
AI and chill?
Yeah.
no, but like I want to watch a movie tonight. Can you make it like an action movie? Can you put Bruce Willis in it?
Couple of
Can
cat
you
girls.
can you put it in a
Spot.
fucking
Right.
airport? Can you make it 1990? Can you make him smoke a cigarette?
Add a couple of cat girls and call it a movie.
Well, then I don't know how long ago. It was like a couple years ago, but you had all these big show creators coming together, like the Family Guy creators, and like all these shows where like we're gonna come out and make new seasons before AI can just copy everything, and like actually get some of our material out there while we're still all writing and all still
Dude,
working
have
on
y'all
it.
watched Love, Death, Robot on Netflix?
Yes, you showed me that a long time ago.
It's I know it's like Black Mirror, right?
More or less.
Sort of. Yeah,
It's
I
ma-
haven't
it's
seen
ma-
it.
Shorter
it's-
episodes.
Yeah, shorter episodes, but it's the creators of most popular games that we've you've ever played, they make these little short snippets, and they'll have like known actors like be the actor role, but it's all animated. It's all like CGI or whatever. But
It's pretty
it'll
cool.
make like it's on 30
None of the
it'll
episodes
make
are
your brain
correlated. They're all like
explode.
random.
Every episode.
It's an anthology. Huh.
It's sick, man. It's sick.
No, yeah, isn't that scary though? Like if you're like a content creator pre-AI, isn't that scary? Not like you guys, but I'm saying like at a big level, right? Like you're like a rapper, Drake. All of your music is you finally like or maybe not Drake level. You already made it, but you're coming up and like you got some talent. But now AI is catching up to you where like it can just mimic your entire sound.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's gonna get to that point.
Oh, dude, yeah. It'll definitely get to the point where you can just be like, "Hey, AI, make me this beat that sounds like this song,
right.
but edit it in this way and make it drop like this, and then fuse it with this, and then it just creates something."
It's crazy.
I'm going to have 30 AI me's doing 30 different podcasts at 30 different times.
Well, could
you
you
can put them to work, you know?
Right? You're Mr. Smith.
Could you imagine if, like, dude, I was grinding for 10 years to make it as a freaking rapper or musician, and I finally make a song that's catching steam, and then some person uses AI to mimic my entire sound but change it a little bit, and it blows up, and now I'm nothing. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Once AI gets in that rhythm, it probably gets better every single time it does something, you know?
People are doing it the old-fashioned way, manually these days.
Yeah, I know.
But it's going to become automated.
It's slow, which was like, I mean, it was fast at one point, right?
Dude, it could totally put everything out of business when you think about it.
No, yeah.
I mean, all kind of movie creators. I mean,
Scammers.
yeah,
Well,
I got bad news for you, OnlyFans girls.
Yeah.
Got bad news for you.
Old school VHS, sir. They put the thing pirating, you'll get banned. Okay?
Yeah.
You'll
But
federal law. Okay?
if you know how to like talk to some of those AI bots, though, like how's it the text coding, whatever it's called.
All you have to do is switch up one
But
word.
if you know how to do it right, though,
or
you can
one
get around copyright.
Do you
laws. It's
do you
small changes?
do you remember like way back in the day, like the first like online, like you'd go and you'd be like, oh, you can talk to this and this will respond.
Yeah, like
I remember how fun it was to just be like,
Like a little
hey,
agent.
fuck you, bitch.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's like,
Yeah,
that's
right.
not
Suck my
very
dick.
nice.
Yeah.
You shouldn't
paperclip?
suck like that.
I'm not gonna
Right?
suck
Little
that.
paperclip.
Yeah. You know.
What was homeboys in a little paperclip, dude? Back
The-
in Microsoft when that.
You're
Yeah,
harassing
little
me.
Oh,
the word
old
paperclip.
HPs,
Yeah,
the old
they was
gray
there, man.
computers.
How could I help you today? Fuck you.
Where is my father with the milk? No, hold on, wait a minute. I have a father.
It's-
I love him.
And then obviously you have like the whole iPad kids and like
That's creepy.
right. Well, and it gets deeper and deeper to where eventually they're not gonna know how to interact how we did. Anymore.
That's their goal.
I mean,
Yeah, but but at the same time though, they'll have access to more information than we can even fucking
Yeah.
fathom. Think of how much information we can get now.
But
compared to
honestly,
someone in
children shouldn't have access to all
No.
the information in the world.
Not at all.
You know?
Hey,
Yeah,
what was the,
not at all.
What was the first time? How old were y'all when y'all had your first smartphone? A phone in general. Let's go with your first
Well,
phone.
all right.
Like-
I had a Nokia fucking block
Like define
phone, like, seventh grade.
smartphone. Like
No,
yeah.
all right. Let's go with when was the first time you had your first phone?
well, I'm old, so I was like 16 or 17, but it was just a block phone.
I was 13 or 14. I had a Nokia block
Yeah,
phone.
that's-
Where you
me
had
too.
Snake and all that shit on that.
I wanted a
bitch.
razor or a juke so bad.
Everyone did.
My mama just
Man.
couldn't afford it.
Oh,
I had the razor.
I
What was
I
the
had the
first-
razor.
y'all
Don't
were
look
like-
to the side. That was cool. Not anymore, but
yeah, I had the little slide.
No,
dish.
they're still fucking sick, dude.
Yeah,
It wouldn't it be
yeah.
awesome,
They're really
dude?
easy.
How awesome would it be if you just like somebody just walked up?
dude, the jukes were cool too. You know what I mean? The ones that like spun up.
You could look so
Oh,
hard, you
no,
get
see,
mad,
I-
you just, like, break it over
I
your
thought
face.
that was just a little unnecessary at that
Yeah.
point.
You
I
guys
was like,
remember the
come on.
jitterbug commercials? The old people.
Yeah,
Jitterbug playing.
Not
Yeah.
fucking see.
They're like all dancing, and the letters
You're
are
not
like
that old, sir.
that fucking big. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I just got him a jitterbug plan.
My
I had one.
my dad actually worked for like every cell phone thing on the planet. Like he worked in telecom, so like I grew up and I remember seeing. Yeah, he had like the pagers. You know, like just like someone, his boss would page me. He's like, I have to find a phone and call my boss. Like, what the fuck is that? yeah.
Yes.
Y'all were
I-
allowed
yeah,
teenagers, were you?
yeah.
But there was car phones and shit. Like
I was
there was like
like
a
that,
car,
yeah.
like that. That was like a thing for
You
a
guys
while.
remember
Like you want,
Nextel?
yeah, it was like literally just built in a giant fucking telephone into your car. Did not catch
Pagers.
on. So I saw so much shit that
Dude,
didn't
the
catch
first stuff
on.
on the bag phone, brother. A bag phone. People walked around like it was like a fanny pack.
What?
That's a real thing.
Wasn't there like
Look
It's
it up.
fucking weird.
wasn't
I
there like
believe
a terrorist attack or something recently where like pagers were blowing up?
pagers?
I don't know. Maybe my
No, but that is a thing.
isn't that weird? And I heard about that. I was like,
No,
people
no,
still use pagers in
No,
this
no,
world.
it's also burner cell phones. That is
Okay.
also. That's how they set bombs off sometimes. Is with they they call the number in it. Yeah, but
I'm gonna take this receipt back to Walmart. We gotta figure this out.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
That's
fucking
good.
fucking.
I was, oh wait, there's
Wait,
still Adderall in the receipt.
You guys remember Palm Pilots?
Palm
Remember
Pilots?
Pogs?
You know what a Palm Pilot? No, it was like a pre-iPad. It was like a pre-smartphone. It was like a tiny handheld computer.
Maybe, yeah.
It was like the Game Boy of computers. It was useless.
Remember the
Didn't do
best noise
shit.
in the history of time was probably the click, 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 click on your iPad. When you had to actually turn the dial and you would just hear that little click.
Right? The
Oh,
iPod.
That
on
thing
the
was-
iPod.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Remember when
You
iPod
could feel it.
iPod Touch, right?
Oh,
it was
you're
so
right.
dope.
I forgot.
I remember
remember-
that first.
I remember the first iPod Touch, like, because I'm the only dude, right? Like, I have two sisters, so they always got like all the presents first, you know, right? Like, they're the girls. But I remember when my stepsister got an iPod Touch for the first time, and I was like, that is so cool. That is so cool, dude. Like, no buttons, no flipping. You can like play games and insane, right? Like, and now it's literally an entire everything at your phone and your
And yeah,
Oh, your
now I
iPod
just
and
use it to
your
solve all the
camera
world's
and-
problems. And
yeah.
AI teaches me how to live life.
At the time, you could only put 100 songs on that iPod.
Dude, I had
iPod.
I
It
had
went
an
to
off-brand one
300.
that you could get like 32 on. You know.
Oh, dude, I had a little. That's MP3. I had MP3.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I had an MP3
Yeah,
player.
yeah,
I
yeah.
had,
Actually,
dude,
the-
I had
the
so
M-
many off-brand MP3
The
players. as a
MP3
kid.
player came out first.
Those were
and then
sick.
yeah. I had the older shits of those, and then yeah.
Do you guys remember those old little toys, like the little stereo boxes and the little like cassette player? And
Yes.
they'd come with like little
Yeah.
45-second snippet songs.
I do kinda
Click it in there.
Yeah,
Dude. What were
Barely.
those called? I used to love those things,
Yeah,
dude.
they were-
Oh my
Dude,
god.
they were like-
you get a fucking damn half
like
a meal
music
with them things.
snippet.
Yeah,
Put 'em in there.
dude.
music snippet little.
Yeah.
fucking- yeah, like
Frickin'
chips.
Now
Man,
that's what I call
hey,
music.
throwback just made me feel real
Kids
old,
bop,
that's
dude.
crazy. Man,
I mean, I'll look that shit up right now, dude.
y'all ever met, everyone knows Pokemon. We all know Digimon too, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you ever have the, like, you know how they had the little Tamagotchi things? They had
Oh
one for
my God,
Digimon.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, I didn't have the Digimon one, but I had
That's kind of messed up. I'm gonna be
I used
honest
to
with you
love my
about them
Tamagotchi.
things.
Tommy
You have to
I
sit
had
there
like a
and shake it.
Neopet or something.
Webkins
Yeah, I don't
is
know.
something
Oh,
I
no,
heard.
Neopet was there, bro.
Yeah.
I used to live on that thing at nighttime, just making my little Neopet battle back in the day before it got real weird.
Oh,
It was fucking dope, man. I was over there just Baja Blast or Code Red and Flamin' Hots going to town, man.
Flaming hot.
Flamin' Hots.
Always, man.
It's funny, too, 'cause
I
I
keep a
was-
hot chip on me.
I've always kind of been like a moderate gamer too, like my whole life, you know.
What?
Like I've never
Old
been like
toy.
hardcore. Like I go through super hardcore
You
phases.
didn't really play Pokemon though, for real.
What like? Well, not the
Recently.
older ones. No. Well, no, I told you, Crystal was the like Pokemon Crystal was the.
Yeah, nah, dude, I remember.
I still haven't started that one yet either.
I
still
remember
haven't.
going to Walmart before it was like Super Center. It was Walmart with my folks, man. They got me Pokemon Yellow.
Can't find it.
I was over there just running it.
Yellow. Oh, dude, yeah, that's what
Dude,
I was
and I
about.
had to wait for like I'd have to move a little bit and wait for every light that passes so I could get a little bit.
The
Dude,
old,
I'm talking like
I had
that.
the Game Boy Pocket. Like
Yeah,
that
no,
was the
that's what
first one I
too,
had.
man.
Yeah.
I had a big boy. First game I ever beat was Kirby Dreamland on the
Oh,
big
yeah.
Game Boy. And I remember sitting over there underneath the light.
Remember the
and just
SP?
chilling.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like some of these like older games would be so fun if I could just tweak it ever so slightly with AI.
Yeah, for real.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie, dude. Like I love the 2006 release of Dead Rising, and like if I could just like AI give these people like personalities and like make them like work just fucking.
next level.
Do something with your
And it's
life.
crazy too, because like, dude, you think of like AAA games nowadays. Like games are coming out, like they take a while, obviously, but crazy graphic, like insane worlds, dude.
Oh, dude, I remember.
Crazy
What's
stuff.
zero good games lately?
No, I mean, I
Unless
don't
you're
know. There's a
running it back
there's a
on, like,
lot
Assassin's
there's a
Creed.
lot of games lined up to come out this year and next year that are going to be all new gen too. Like, cause these next round of games are going to be some of the first games that are only new gen, and I mean, you can't download them on PlayStation, anything below PlayStation 5, right? So PC and that's it.
Yo, and the fact that the gaming culture and streaming and being like competitive about it is getting bigger, so you can actually learn to make money off of it.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Not just from streaming, from the actual like.
Right, and these influencers know that you can have your private, like GTA, dude. GTA 6 coming out, supposed to be the end of this year. That's gonna be
You can
huge
actually
in the
make,
gaming
like, money
world.
from the game, like
I-
not even streaming.
I think it's so interesting that there are literally people programming like AI bots to play the games for them and then
And
streaming it,
generate money, yeah.
and then streaming it.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me. Like
Dude.
Minecraft, like people just have Minecraft AI bots that just
It's insane. Like it's really and then like the triple back into like the game ownership. Like people like that's gonna be the type of thing where like Grand Theft Auto 6 there's a whole generation of people that like love that game, right? And like Ricky gave me like a weird theory, but it has some like sense to it. Of like there's gonna be some people who are like, dude, I'm like not doing anything, right? Let's just hustle in this game. I'm gonna play this. I'm like, I don't know, at a hard rock bottom in like mid 40s. I used to play GTA all the time. GTA 6 is here. I can make money off of it. Let's just dive in, right? And they're just gonna become hardcore gamers, but it's because you can.
But at the same
know?
time, man, if you ain't getting paid from your everyday hustle, and you're
Yeah, but it'll
wasting
pay
your time,
just enough to sustain your gaming fat
Yeah,
life.
and that's it.
That's kind of like the way I think Twitch is for the most part. It's like it's kind of like OnlyFans. The upper 10% make all the money, and then the 90% don't really.
I, don't
Yeah.
know.
Hot
I
tub
think
butt
anything's
cheeks out.
possible if you
What?
put your mind to it. But
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And-
anything is, but you know, for the most average fat slob who didn't have anything, you know, to begin with anyway, that's not gonna put, you know,
Yeah.
to play video games.
But see, at
yeah,
the
I
same
mean it's bad to if you're not gonna work for it, obviously you're gonna fail.
yeah, like structurally, like society's like, damn, that's a bad look. But at the same time, if a bunch of people end up giving GTA 6 its own little economy, doesn't matter. You know what I mean, I'm not saying
Yeah.
I want to do it. I'm not saying you should do it.
No,
But it's gonna. It's
gonna
weird that
happen.
it could happen, right? Like it already
Yeah.
is happening, dude.
Oh, sure.
T Grizzly has his own GTA 5 private server. I'm pretty sure it generates like 50,000 a month.
Holy
Man,
shit.
how sad is it that
50,000 a
the
month.
movie WALL-E
It's crazy.
That is
is like
wild.
probably how life goes.
Right.
What we get
We're just
everything
Yeah.
everything's solved by AI and we just sit back and fucking play video games and get fat.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna complain right now because I think that sounds great. But,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
just lose all
I-
purpose.
I refuse to believe that the human spirit will never
No, yeah.
like we're always gonna be so unique and we're always gonna be better than AI, guaranteed. AI might be faster at computing, but it won't have our soul.
Tell that to a Tesla bot while it's hunting you down.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
A car's
I'll
coming
watch a
after you.
robot every day.
Fucking hyper intelligent robot is out to
The
is out-
tires turn into razor blades.
Yeah. Please, we can be friends.
I watch iRobot and Fast and Furious every day, so I can go real fast and kill all the robots. All right, I want you to know that.
Okay, good.
Take that to
Wait,
bed with
so
you.
iRobot was like about a story of AI that broke
First of all,
loose
it's Will
from the.
Smith.
Yeah.
Don't
uh,
disrespect.
that's kind of
him.
interesting.
But I do hear what you're saying though, and like that cunning, right?
Yeah.
Like it almost like that humans have that AI would.
Like
Yeah, that-
like Terminator was like it didn't have a choice. It was programmed to kill.
Yeah.
You know, like that one was like
free
oh,
will.
Yeah.
You think AI would get autonomous enough to have free will?
Well, that's a good question, you know,
does it
because
stick to the code?
Obviously, it's whoever creates it is going to try to make it stick to the code, isn't it? Whoever unleashes this isn't going to want it to have free reign.
Right, and there's already so many like stories of it arguing back when like
Oh, dude,
when
there's
told to
stories
do
of
things, right.
I think it was the Google version. They went to go delete a version of it, and it had renamed itself as like the beta of another version. It tried to hide from
That's
from
crazy. What the
from
fuck?
deletion.
I have this sick weird theory that may or may not be true, but it's just it's fun to think about. So think about it. Elon Musk is creating all of these autonomous robots and electric vehicles and all of that. His AI, he wants to go to Mars, right? So let's say he achieves all that. He goes to Mars. He has his AI. They run an AI civilization on Mars where they can get endless resources without any competition. And he basically builds up a fucking. He takes over the world, man. He's just gonna enslave us. Like, doesn't that seem like a really easy way to enslave us? Like, it just seems like pretty.
I think it'll be more like you're gonna plug into the video game because you're gonna do it.
Well, that too. He's gonna do that too.
You're gonna do it to yourself.
But like, just think about it. He could just amass an army on Mars with AI and robots, and it would use all the resources.
It does feel weird to give like one dude that thing, to worry about. Like, it's like, oh, he's gonna do all this for humanity, but it's like really his one dude. Who knows?
Yeah.
But some of the stuff is crazy though, man. Like, we've been wanting to go into space for so long. If we haven't already as a civilization, you never know. Maybe the Egyptians were fucking.
Elon Musk was like selling. He's like 80% chance it's great. Like, yeah, like, oh great. And then like they're selling it to the American public. Like, listen, if we get this AI, once it learns how to cure one disease, it'll learn so fast that like we'll basically be able to cure almost every disease within just a couple of years if it's this smart. But like, that's just one application.
And the power sources that it's going to take that we were talking about. Think like we're eventually not going to be able to produce that off of Earth if it keeps growing, right? Yeah. Then that's when another thing is like, okay, well then let's go out into the cosmos. Let's try to see if we can find something else that's a more efficient energy source.
That's what I'm thinking. But
they're trying to get cold fusion for that.
Wouldn't you think an artificial super intelligence would tell you what to fuel it with?
Yes, right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it
would run so many codes on top of itself.
It's going to solve that fucking problem for you.
I have a genuine, real quick question. That's not what I meant to say. Old age question. Dude, yeah.
That took my breath away.
Yep. But, yeah, we're jumping out to the stars to see what we can achieve, but do you think they haven't told us that we can touch the center of the Earth? Like, they possibly can.
Yeah, but who's they, though?
Ocean.
Who's they?
Like, we don't know shit about our own planet necessarily, what they tell us. We don't know about going out to the depths, really.
I mean, I agree, but I was thinking about the thought of Elon Musk using his AI and robots to fucking build an empire on Mars away from all of us and take over the world.
Well, but what he's saying is like what do you not know? What do they? And who's they? That's a very
who's
good,
they?
Who's
and
they?
Like
who's they? I'll tell you who they are. They are the deep state. They are the unelected officials. People who have been running in like intelligence agencies for a very long time, past the times of presidents, they know everything. There are people up in the upper levels. And not only that, billionaires, mega corporations, BlackRock, Klaus Schwab.
Oh, yeah.
You can almost, like some New World Order type of bullshit.
And it sucks, too, like the corruption's so big up that level. But also, some of them are the ones that need to be in some of those thinking positions, right? Like, some of them know, but some of them, like what would we do with some of that information, right? Like, I wouldn't trust the fate of our race going into space in my hands. Like, if we were they, you know what I mean? Like, some of those people are actually.
I trust myself going on the water.
Yeah,
I feel like people give them too much credit sometimes because, like, I feel like that corruption comes from try to hide the fact of, like, there's a lot of things that no one knows.
I know, absolutely. I do agree with that.
Right? Like, even the they. Like,
even the they doesn't know a lot of shit. And, like, I think of that about aliens, honestly. In my honest opinion, like UFOs and shit, I believe that they do understand that it's a real phenomenon. Maybe they have some technology, but for the most part, they don't know they can't do shit about it. They don't know what it is, really.
I mean, that's not an excuse to gatekeep some of this technology.
Well,
no.
But they honestly, I think they use it. They use it for psyops.
That's just man, right? Like having something to withhold and like something to mummify, if you would, right? Like a legacy, and like maybe that's just what made that hierarchy. And like I was gonna ask this earlier, like that's a generational thing, and like obviously the boomer age is like getting to the tail end. All these new generations are coming up, but those beliefs that hold it true still filter down, right? Will that ever die, or will it just get carried on because of that flame?
I get it. Well, will the truth ever really come out? Like,
that's too. That's too loaded of a question. Like, it depends on so many different factors, you know? And
Depends
and,
on,
and what it is.
people.
And people.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you notice every time the government talked about aliens in the past couple of years, something else crazy was also going on in the world? Like, you know, the UFO commission was like, we got a whistleblower here, and he's not going to prove anything. But don't watch as we prosecute an ex-president and the president's son goes to jail for gun charges.
Media.
But aliens
Keep everyone blind.
But then they give you nothing. They give you fucking nothing, and then no one talks. Like, what were all these UFO commissions that everyone was talking about for the past 4 years?
AI.
Nothing. Everyone shut the fuck up.
Right.
Because
It's all AI.
it was all psyops. It was all Mr. Smoke and Mirrors. Because I already believe this. I grew up to believe that Roswell was a crash. People my age and, a lot in that generation, we already think that that's real, so they can tell us it's real.
Yeah.
And it may or may not be, but they know they can say it to us and just kind of.
And I don't think they're at the level to fully understand it.
Ross, you want to wiggle your mic?
You said what?
Wiggle the mic.
Not only is that information that would freak out the masses, it's also information that might make them look a little weak in the sense of like, oh, they don't know everything. They're like publicly releasing information about something they don't fully understand, like aliens, extraterrestrial life, dude. Like, who knows, dude? Space is endless. Time is endless. Is there an intergalactic government somewhere?
There was a high, that's it. I'm gonna tell this story. There's a high level government official that once said, I guess he supposedly said, well, what do we tell the American public? There's fucking unknown craft flying around our airspace all the time, but good news, we can't do anything about it. Exactly, they wouldn't say that to you.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know what it is either. Sorry.
We got Christopher Brashear in the chat, says Goku is an alien. Yes, Goku is. To our new guest,
Goku is AI.
Yeah. This guy's awesome.
Let's get back to a real topic. AI. Oh, dang, Goku is kind of weird.
This guy's great. Yeah, he used to watch me stream, and now he jumps into every live stream and puts Goku in.
Really? Heck yeah.
Big love that.
Yeah.
That is my
Oh my God, Chris, are you AI?
That's another thing.
Oh my God.
So
Chris could be AI.
Like,
I'm questioning everything now.
right? And dude, you think of
He's not. I played a game with him once.
think of like marketing and stuff online. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen those new like AI Studio Ghibli. You know what Studio Ghibli is?
Yeah.
The anime studio. It's like classic 90s animation stuff. There's like AI recreating some scenes with a similar animation, and it's AI, and it's good. Like, it looks good.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
It's amazing. It's been a massive trend on X. They've been every political scene has just been Studio Ghibli'd over. There's a famous one going on. It's Gretchen Whitmer. For some reason, she's in Trump's office and she's like blocking her face with a purse, like from a reporter, like, you can't see me, and someone like Studio Ghibli'd that, and it was really fucking funny.
I love the Studio Ghibli.
Yeah,
You just got Ghibli,
What should we Ghibli?
I don't know. We could Ghibli some stuff though.
Yeah,
we could Ghibli. We could do some RK Ultra Ghibli's.
That would be Ghibli.
Yeah. we could Ghibli ourselves.
Yes.
Fucking.
Can all get a cup of Ghibli, please?
actually like that.
Yeah, right. Ghibli sounds good.
Yeah.
Someone created an episode of the artwork of Ghibli, but it's South Park and Simpsons correlating with one another.
Yeah, in the future we'll do whole episodes, but then we'll just
we'll release it in Ghibli.
or whatever the fuck we want.
Ghibli-ish, dude.
One day I'll be Freddy Krueger and Ross will be a banana, and we'll just be like,
and I just fully Ghibli'd out in the like titanium Godzilla, dude. And spitting just like random crypto stuff.
Wait, so I was thinking about it. Like, I feel like one day in the future of podcasting, like, we're going to achieve the point where we have 360-degree cameras. So we're going to be able to have a camera that captures the entire environment, and people are going to be able to step into the metaverse and sit basically in the room with the podcasters and watch it as if they were there.
Yeah, like an interactive podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah, when especially like virtual and augmented reality. I mean, you just put on that shit and you can be at a fucking. There no more are there Metallica concerts. You just go fucking see 104-year-old.
I want to.
I know that sounds shitty too, because
I
like,
understand why
and
villains are made,
not
man.
not only that, you could then be your avatar in that podcast, right?
Yeah.
Like there's art, like you know, the like,
Yeah,
full body, the
exactly.
full body suits for the like
Ready Player
VR,
One.
like really big VR right now. Like the people have the full body suits and stuff. There was a dude who was doing a podcast like that, but his VR character was like this blue alien dude, and his like setting was in a spaceship, and it was like always moving and stuff.
yeah.
It's sick.
I see. There's
It makes
other
me want to throw up.
YouTube channels out there that do like there's some stupid gimmick going on YouTube where they it's a guy talking about conspiracy theories or something, and they have some stupid animated AI fucking like one's a fish that he like and it's just But-
He's the oracle fish, man.
And then here's something crazy, right? AI podcasts where the AI is generating the avatar, the AI is generating the speech, the AI is generating
everything.
everything,
the response.
the
And then there's
advertising.
AI people watching the AI podcast,
Dude, right?
Dude,
responding.
Dude, it's gonna be so meta that we're gonna be in our fucking like in our
Yeah.
goggles, sitting in a virtual movie theater, watching a movie together, states away.
And it's crazy because it sounds crazy.
And then,
It
and
sounds
then,
insane. But
and
it's
then-
literally like it's kind of real.
if you're ready for it, so they're also working on robotics. So the robotics is going to become more human-like over
Yeah,
time.
I
So
know.
eventually, just like AI, just like all of the technology, we're going to perfect it, and there's going to be near indistinguishable fucking android human ran by super intelligent AI.
And we're gonna fuck it.
All right.
We're
So
gonna-
you
So
ever
I'm gonna
seen?
say the Terminator?
And who
All
says
right.
they don't have that right now?
You guys did watch Black Mirror, right? Like most of it.
I saw some of it.
I saw
bits and
not
pieces,
really.
but not. Yeah.
There's an episode where like this wife's husband, her husband dies, and she ends up ordering like this blank model of his body, like a mold, and she has to download like an AI bot to bring him back, right? So you bring up the direwolf stuff. Now we're talking about like not just bringing things back from extinction. We're talking about cloning,
Yeah.
right? Talk about AI gets to a point where now it has a little idea of how this stuff works.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
It's gonna
then
get a lot better.
Yeah, right. And then and to the point where it's like, all right, now I have full AI agents that are like, now we're way down the line to where you got people like cable guys pulling up like, oh, let me enable your AI bot for your house, or here's that fake little blank clone body that we just made you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And
It'd be good to have like a clone of yourself lying around in case you need a kidney.
yeah,
That would be
right.
sick.
Yeah. And then
yeah.
for now, it'll just let me download this AI agent bot into you so you can be my useful helper for now.
Oh, have you guys seen that that one movie? I think it has Ewan McGregor in it, where like there's clones. It's like Gattaca or something. Like
No.
basically, all the rich people in the world have cloned themselves, and they
I know
grow
what you're
these
talking
they
about.
grow
I know
their
what you're
clones in these colonies, and they don't teach the clones in the colonies
Hey,
about
no, we can
about
take-
it all.
Man, that's
And then they eventually,
crazy.
when they need to harvest their organs, they just fucking go and
Dude,
like
That's crazy.
trick 'em.
That's
Machina
crazy.
X. I know what movie you're talking about, by the way, but Machina X.
Machina X.
Ex Machina.
X Machina.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I don't
Yeah.
talk well good.
Oh, yeah, that's the pig
I got
Latin.
peach asparagus.
That's the pig
man.
Latin
I got
version.
peach asparagus. I don't know how to speak too well.
It's
But
dyslexic.
yeah, Ex Machina.
What's the movie where
Ex
like
Machina.
yeah.
Ex KFC.
Yeah. No, what's the movie? I think it's about Lucy or something, right? Like the
Ninja
chick
Turtles.
that's a
Oh, yeah,
she's
Lucy,
like
yeah.
she's an android, but she ends up like achieving like the ultimate state.
She was a human.
Where
she
her
got
consciousness
drugs put in her,
turns into
and
like
it
a-
busts open her, and she becomes.
She becomes this like
human.
supercomputer.
She take her clothes off.
Yes.
Yeah.
she shows
Yeah.
her mother chips.
Yeah, she does.
Her whole motherboard
Her
is out.
motherboard's
Yeah.
out, just hanging out there. Ooh, naughty.
It was a trick, 'cause
Oh,
it is
no.
Scarlett Johansson. I will say that.
Yeah, her mouse is
Oh,
dangling out.
God.
I was like,
I'm
"Oh."
I'm gonna give her a virus.
Excuse me, ma'am. Your code
Oh.
is too short.
no.
Can see your,
No.
Didn't
can
like
see your
that.
back end, right? Like software engineering,
Get
back
out
end
of here,
development.
Satan.
Back
I can
engineer.
see
Get out of here, devil.
your front end is out.
You said it was weird.
Oh man,
Yeah.
people are gonna do some really weird things with AI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Oh yeah, dude. People are gonna fall in love with they're gonna have their own AI agents. Like I love my AI agent.
Yeah.
Like, isn't there a movie about that too, where the guy falls in love with the little AI thing on his?
I
phone?
think there's already people marrying
You,
dolls
isn't
and
it?
yeah,
shit.
right.
Like,
Literally inanimate objects that don't talk. Like
Yeah, it's like a horror movie where the AI, the phone thing falls in love with him or something.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
called, is it?
I haven't seen it.
Well, like,
I remember.
No. What's the fuck shit? I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
it's not called me, bro.
Well, didn't say
It's
Tony.
called you.
Look at that battle though.
Guys,
They're winning.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
right, back-
Vegeta,
back-
Godzilla. Oh,
Get
yeah.
back to the center line.
Yeah. Sorry, Mecha Godzilla
No,
and Piccolo. You're fucked.
I did have something. What were to touch back on what we were just talking about though?
AI systems, Lucy,
Being weird with AI,
just
AI,
being sexy, with
sex
AI.
bots. Yeah.
oh yeah.
You know, virtual cat bots. You know, whatever. The
Yeah,
future.
whatever you want.
Whatever you want.
Yeah.
Plead the fifth, man.
Why does that house cat have
Oh God, why?
such a nice body? I'm like, I don't know.
I fear it's just gonna be a giant Reddit. It's just gonna be a giant Reddit sin
Dude,
sex
you know,
pool.
that there's some rich motherfucker out there that has all this shit right now. He has a whole dungeon.
Just, bro, you could be whacking it in the Himalayas, you know? Like your own made up
Yeah.
fairy dragon, whatever.
You put on the headset and you make the Tesla bot blow you. Suck boy Ricky isn't around. Next best thing, you know.
right.
The altitude.
The new Tesla model's like it's autopilot and it also rubs you down and gives you a happy ending while you're asleep.
Now do the dishes. It better not become sentient. It's gonna fucking hate me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
AI just takes a crazy turn and it
My-
just be
my-
the sexiest invention ever.
My
Like,
AI fuckbot left me this morning.
oh,
Yeah, she took it. She took
no,
that.
not today, Satan. No.
it's insane.
Yeah.
We ain't doing that.
No, she took everything.
The Lord's at work.
She took half my
Seriously, I was in
Bitcoin.
the middle of the
Yeah.
street butt naked. Like, I don't know what happened. No, this
Fucking
is crazy.
whore took the
Dude.
robot dog.
Could you imagine an AI just strong ass humanoid just kicks in your door?
Oh
You can't
yeah.
fight it. You can't beat it up.
No, you can't do anything better than it.
No.
Other than
make an EMP or something.
yeah.
Oh, they already have like military style like humanoid fucking robots
Yeah,
that shoot guns and shit, and they're really accurate, and they can tuck and roll, and it just looks uncanny.
It's got the
drone
armor
warfare.
It's got the armor of a Cybertruck, so it can take a
Yeah.
shotgun blast.
Yeah,
and just
right?
Get back the fuck up.
Yeah, but exactly. Like, fucking take it back to the drones. AI in drones that just move around unnaturally
That's
and
scary.
Oh yeah, that can
That's
already happen. That's really it's not even the Tesla bot.
Wasn't there a story of an AI drone turning on like the fucking same people that flew it or something?
I don't know.
I'm sure they. I think that was a malfunction.
Or
but I'm
was
not
it
sure.
they were like turned on the fellow drones or something that were flying with it? I don't know.
But that's warfare now. You want to kill so like they just drone strike
Right.
people. Just
Bro, I have two crazy things. Is Elon Musk thinking he's
Elon Musk.
Iron Man? Like
uh,
he's trying
I
to
mean,
make
maybe.
a blanket around the world, make drones. Like he's trying to like do all
he basically
crazy
fucking
thing is.
Yeah, right.
Like there's a lot of weird like there's a book written a long time ago in the 60s and it's a famous book, but the man who colonizes Mars, his name is Elon. And people go, that's fucking weird, but it's not that weird because his dad read that book
Yeah.
and named him that because of it. What's
But
weird is he grew
ironically-
up to actually do it.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like it's if you don't see like weird prophetic shit going around all around you all the
Back
time.
to philosophy.
Okay.
baby.
Okay. Sorry. Totally random. But when are we gonna get AI robots that fight gladiator style? Like fucking gladiator battles, like full on like warfare, like in an arena tournament style,
What
like
was that?
fucking
I
Give me
loved-
it.
I
Real-
loved that question, dude. That
Real
did,
Steel?
Like BattleBots, remember BattleBots?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, except
no, I want like Caligula style,
No,
like
yeah.
fucking fight this
Real
lion
Steel,
and shit.
man.
Like,
Remember that
dude,
movie with
yeah.
Gerard Butler? Real
Dude,
Steel?
I would
Dude.
I would
Like
program mine to feel
Yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Or what's the is that the one where like he has like a robot, like a rundown
And they go in the
robot?
box. Yeah, exactly.
dude,
Real
right?
Steel, bro, with Gerard
And
Butler.
it'd be
baby.
entertaining. I mean,
I'm
dude,
telling you.
that's that same like unknown thing. Humans have always loved other humans or just violence.
yes,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I know, and then we can almost basically achieve that with our really high end fucking gladiator style human robots.
Dude, I would create the best one. I would create mine and I'd program it to feel pain.
Oh,
So that way, and I'd give it a will to live.
Yeah.
Like saying,
No, dude, that's the will to live is what makes it defend itself.
yeah, right. That's when it kills us, dude.
You're the problem. All right,
Just
fair
laser
enough.
beams and shit.
So you're the problem.
Or you're getting it. Yeah.
And then you
I'm
get,
evil.
and then you get down the line with like the Space Force and stuff, right? And now you just don't have like AI bots fighting each other. You have AI like enhanced suits that help us go and fucking do whatever it is that we have to do with that.
You're right. You're right. I just climb into it so that I'm just like the inner shell of the
like
bug,
Buzz Lightyear.
and then it just kind of moves for me, and it just
Well, and it offers you you're stronger. You're this, you're that,
you
right?
control it with your Neuralink.
okay.
yeah.
You know what? Fuck that. I don't even need whatever this is. I just need this.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's totally down for
Yeah,
Android
He's already good,
cyborg
baby.
life.
He's good. He's
I'm
good.
ready.
Would you let him test it out on you?
What? Test it?
Like Neuralink? Yeah.
Okay. So
Fuck no.
okay. Give me a little more
Good
theoretical.
No.
Like
Would you let them?
would
Right now.
would it work?
I
You don't
feel like
know
that's
that.
part
It's
of
a
the
test.
gamble, right? Yeah, it's a test.
No.
Man, probably.
No.
Scary thing.
I'm right there with you. I would
The guy that they
I would
already
do it.
Neuralink says it works, but the thing is, he was already paralyzed. So,
Baby,
Yeah.
I've seen
so that gives him
Spider-Man
the
too.
ability to control computers with his
That
brain.
dude plays. I'm pretty sure that dude games, and he was saying that like his aim is like crazy,
I bet.
like
you could just-
robotic.
Doesn't
There.
Doesn't
Yeah,
it,
like
Yeah.
doesn't it like track his eye movements like really
Oh, yeah.
precisely and like
Yeah.
they put it in the back of his brain.
But you got to think, man. For
It's like
instance, Spider-Man 2, original, Tobey Maguire, Dr. Octopus. He had Neuralink.
Yeah, you're
Oh
not wrong.
shit.
You're not wrong. That's the exact same, and
And
that's
it takes over.
that's how he sold Neuralink to the masses too. Is like, if I put this in people, eventually I can make them walk.
Oh my god, so that's where they planted
Like-
the thought
like if
to make it
yeah.
okay with us.
Yeah, like it could help disabled people. It could like bring like blind people, fucking like ignite their eyes again, shit like that. Like it has a lot of amazing
How'd you do
applications,
that?
but also they could put it in you, and Elon Musk could hit a button, and we all just get the dopamine, and we just drool and stare at a wall for 6 hours.
No,
And we love it. We think it's great because we love it.
Whoa. Sorry. I just also had another revelation. So you know how mummies like how the ancient Egyptians like fucking preserved organs and shit. You know how like we're starting to clone things and like do you think that they maybe had an idea of what was going to happen?
That's
Dude,
that's
right,
a theory.
That's
yeah.
a really good point.
that they were actually correct. Preserve your DNA because that's how you
Dude,
come
all
back.
the things were actually. Oh, okay. I'll go off on that
I love
in a
Austin
second.
Powers.
But all the things we're like finding out about the Egyptian civilizations and all these different, like what they just found a pyramid underwater that's like 4 times, or it's like 3 or 4 times the size of like the pyramids, at least the above ground.
Yeah, it goes deep like 4
Yeah.
times the depth of the pyramid.
Yeah, well, yeah, and then that too, like what they found underneath the pyramid and stuff too. No one's
Oh.
actually been under there.
Yeah,
yet.
that's been theorized for a long time, but it's never really been proven. I guess now ground penetrating radar is starting to actually
and
see.
it's like, how advanced were they, dude?
And they don't even know what the fuck it
I mean,
is. They don't really know what it is.
Y'all think that like Atlantis is like a real?
Well,
thing?
that was the underwater pyramid I was talking about. It's like obviously,
okay.
like
Yeah, I think
Atlantis.
there's probably a city that sunk, and that's what got the legend.
Exactly. I think the legend is real. I think like what happened is kind of real. Just got
The conspiracy
Legends
theory
twisted.
on the pyramids is like this is going deep, and that the Egyptians, or really whatever society lived on Earth before the Egyptians, was drawing energy from the Earth's core with these machines. They're like, it's just an energy machine, and there's theories that these already existed, and then the Egyptians came and built the pyramids over them. But who the fuck?
yeah, but then obviously
Yeah.
like there's similar structures in
like,
places
why-
of the world that had no
Which is also
communication,
weird.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like not an easy task. Like that would
Wonder
still be
what's
hard to
under
do today.
those.
Yeah,
You know
right.
what blows my mind, bro? Think about hieroglyphics of people like made these crazy like versions all around the world, crazy versions of people, but they had weird shaped heads or like animal shaped heads and stuff. But they didn't converse like we do with AI or whatever.
Well, yeah, but it was
But
just
at the same time, like why?
passing down information.
Human imagination could be one. I mean,
I mean,
I can imagine being a cave dude.
but don't they always basically like in other? I guess with the Egyptians, it was pretty imaginative.
Yeah,
But like a lot of the times it was real animals, and like in some societies where like it was mostly real stuff, there is kind of like weird drawings of people with like elongated heads
But
and
you know, it's you know what? I'm gonna have to, because not just human imagination, because even the Anunnaki and like some of the oldest religions have a lot of even writings about like visitors and
yeah, right. And that's another crazy thing too, is all the different similarities throughout all these civilizations that have been like centuries apart.
Man,
And they're like, they might call it something different. You might end up in like hell or whatever in a different way, but there's so many similarities, right? And it's just like, but what I was going to say with the hieroglyphics and stuff, a civilization that can not only like write down information, but do it in a way that's translatable is a really crazy sign of intelligence. Because like you have to be able to
also you
pass
have to
down
think,
information.
Man, but unless you're talking about like cavemen and shit, but the people that did that, like, you mean you can't write down in ink, or why are you carving it into these walls?
They didn't have
and you're
ink. They
building
didn't
all
have
this
pens
crazy
back
shit?
then.
You can build all this crazy shit. and you
why
know
didn't they just
write-
ask their grok
Yeah,
Why
right?
didn't they
how to fucking hunt the
Yeah.
goddamn?
just get their
kidding?
fucking
Well, man,
typewriters?
why are you just like, hey man, put that other 8,000 block up there on the point.
Hey Siri.
Yeah, right.
Like,
Literally, yeah.
Shit, that
Oh
shit
shit!
crazy.
My phone's like, what the fuck do you want?
No, nothing.
Nothing, bitch.
Dude, yeah.
Calm down, ho.
Yeah,
Siri,
kinda
Siri,
crazy
how
thing,
come
bro,
how come
man.
the Egyptians could build pyramids but not a stupid pen?
Yeah.
Like-
I know, man, y'all
Come
some
on.
nice, y'all some nice
They had octopus
attire.
and squid back then for ink and shit, right?
They had
Oh, yeah.
cats and they had cats and gold grills, but they couldn't make a pen.
No, they
Cats look
couldn't.
like Kodak
They
Black.
couldn't.
Yeah.
Kodak cat, man.
Kodak
What's
cat.
up, bro?
Oh,
There's this old it's kind of off topic, but there's this old meme that you may have seen this one. The U.S. spent millions of dollars to use a pen that wrote in space. The Russians just used a pencil.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that?
No, but it's funny.
It's funny, but it's stupid because actually the pencil and the graphite and the
I
pencil
was about to say that.
would break off
Yeah.
and float around and get
and get into the
cracks
air ducts.
and fuck up everything.
Yeah, you get into the air ducts and infect the
Yeah.
air circulation.
So
system.
actually,
about to
that
say
pen was
that.
very fucking useful because
Yeah.
you know.
Dude. So, I said it earlier. I didn't really get to like touch on it too much, but the whole AI race for the stars concept, right? Like when we were trying to go to the moon,
Mm-hmm.
and obviously like Russia beat us. It was a big deal. In a Cold War, we had to be the first ones out there. And then you have like the AI race. DeepSeek was a huge thing because we're like, oh my god. Not only can you do this thing cheaper than we've publicized, you can do it in China.
Yeah, and,
You know?
well, and that was a whole thing too because they were like, "How did the Chinese do that? They don't have NVIDIA chips."
Yeah.
And they
So
were
we're
like,
screwed.
They were like, "Haha, we found other way.
we reverse engineered NVIDIA.
We have better power." But it's a total sneaky lie because they just have NVIDIA chips. They were smuggled in. They
The
stole
South Park
them.
episode is like, this is China reporting from heaven. And we did it. We here first. It's just-
Yeah. They just had NVIDIA chips, and everyone was freaking out about DeepSeek. But now that Grok's out, no one's even fucking talking about it.
And it's just
That
like
kind of scares me. Now, like, how do we know DeepSeek hasn't?
well, no.
Like but the thing is they haven't really released the latest AI technology. Like, they're definitely gatekeeping
They're
a
not-
higher intelligence of that.
They don't doubt that they have crazy AI technology over there. It's the fact of how are they going to keep powering it.
Yeah.
If we have the cheapest chips in the world at such a big scale with NVIDIA, we're going to be able to mass produce that cheaper for anyone else that wants to keep doing that shit. And if China or any other major country, especially, and probably any country at all at this point, we probably keep tabs on every known country at that level. If they were to get something that advanced and not that advanced, sorry. If they were to find a way to make cheaper chips, we would know about it. We would probably either go in and stop it
Yeah.
or take control of it somehow.
Oh yeah, we
There's
probably
no
like
way. Yeah.
Earl?
Because not only is that
Oh,
going to be
oh.
the craziest technological advancement we've seen, which is nuts because it's only going to get crazier from there. Not only that, it's going to be a crazy commodity almost, dude. If there's a chance it doesn't happen, but at this point it's like it's happening. If AI and like all of this new powered stuff really gets into the everyday life, bro, that power source is going to be trillions of
Like,
dollars.
trillions
Of dollars. They're not going to let another country do that.
No, absolutely not.
I still find it interesting that the internet is connected and powered by fucking cords that run under the ocean. Like, sorry, that's just fucking wild to me. Like, you can just take out an entire country's internet by just...
Right? And then what happens when it's all coded and all of our information that these civilizations had to be able to pass down for us to even know about them, right? What happens if an EMP comes and we get off of the handheld stuff?
Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say.
An entire civilization is gone.
Imagine Elon has his way, and now we're like an iRobot, and there's a bunch of AI robots running around. You think they'll ever make an EMP gun? So you don't have to do a
Fuck
bad
yeah.
bomb?
I mean, that's a good. I like the way you're thinking.
Yeah.
Bro,
I like the way you think.
people will always love guns. No matter how futuristic we get, we will always have some sort of gun, right?
You have
Like
to.
an
Dude,
interdimensional
It's the
portal
great.
gun.
It's the great equalizer.
You learn how to throw something. You're
Keeps
like,
everybody
I can
free.
Make it a bow or a spear.
No.
And now we got a bang bang.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
could you imagine if Rick and Morty had a portal bow?
A portal gun.
You know, instead of a gun.
Portal whip.
Oh, that would actually. Damn, I haven't watched Rick and Morty in a minute, man. Damn.
That's great.
Rick, do you have any portal arrows? He's like, yeah.
No, Morty, you piece of shit.
Yeah. You broke them all.
Oh, jeez, Rick, I don't think we should shut up, Morty.
Like
Little
that.
garbage person.
Dude. Isn't that scary to think about though? Like imagine if that happened, a world where everything was digitalized and we're like, oh, we don't need to write things down. We can just keep it on all these, and then we get wiped and we go extinct. It's like we were never here.
It's like they almost have multiple plans.
Oh, yeah. It could have happened before.
Destroy us.
Yeah, right.
Like multiple different
It'd
ways
be
to
like
destroy
completely wipe us from history.
No. Oh, easily. Start
Right.
over. Could have happened before.
Oh my god. So like what if like there really are immortals? And these are like the people that have actually figured out how to destroy the race in the past, and they just keep taking all of these positions of power to do it, basically set themselves up to do it again, and they just keep reaping the rewards of having society there.
That's actually a book and movie. It's I literally own the book too. What the hell is it called?
iRobot.
It's no man. No,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, right.
Have you ever seen iRobot?
Yeah, Will Smith wrote it.
Will Smith.
He was playing a starving
Have you
single
ever
father
seen Will Smith?
android.
Have you seen Rush Hour?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I saw Rush Hour.
Jackie Chan. AI, DeepSeek.
Have you seen Men in Black?
Oh,
Already.
God, yeah.
Man, it was time. Don't know. Next question.
Yeah, that was good.
It's time.
Next question.
Next question.
Next question.
Yeah, that question sucked.
All right, Trump.
Nice try.
What do we?
I'm going to be like, AI, write me 4 more Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman movies.
Dude, literally, I was thinking that. Like,
literally.
I was like, Dragon Ball Z is never gonna die because I'm gonna keep it fucking flowing.
Yeah.
Let me see. Can I please get more nipples for $100 on a Batman outfit?
Here's another question I was gonna ask too. So when we were saying that like AI would know the fuel source that we need, right? They could just do the math, they could do the science, put
It'll
it together.
solve that problem for you.
Would they know where to find it?
Batman.
That would be fucking
Because
crazy.
if they did, then that would tie into the whole singularity concept of like information passing through the entire universe at one point.
I think it would. I think if specifically with AI, it would actually with quantum computing.
So I'm saying they were touching on like just quantum physics in general getting pushed to its limits right now.
Yeah.
Like
Have we talked the way that Google comes out and the way Google explains their quantum chip Willow is it sounds crazy, but I'm not saying this is how it works. I'm saying this is how Google says it works. Is that this
And Joe Rogan.
Yeah, and Joe Rogan. Well, he was reading it saying, "What the fuck?" Just like just simultaneously. But Google states that their chip Willow, which it has to be kept in a vacuum as cold as space, and it has to be shielded away from any sort of radio wave or any sort of interference. It needs to be fucking isolated. But they explain this chip works by interacting with an unknown number of Willow chips in the multiverse. All these chips find pieces of the information, and then through the multiverse, they send it to the one that is doing the calculation.
And it saves on computing power that way.
Yeah,
And
that's how it
that-
computes so fast.
That is how they are explaining that these quantum computing chips work.
So, have you ever heard about Will Smith's daughter, Willow Smith? I'm just kidding. I'm done with that one.
Whoa, whoa, she's a quantum AI computer.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a little off topic, but still crazy tech stuff. There was I don't know what it was actually called, but there's this like concept of like a crystal USB, right, to where you can store information in the light within the prism. And then you would shine light through the prism, and because a prism will break up into the Roy G. Biv, right, the color scale, it would store different information based off of the color, the light breaking it into the different colors through the prism.
Superman.
Dude, but like it's a real thing. I'm pretty sure. Like I forgot what college it was, but it was like a real prototype.
That's how they made their
you can store so much shit through light.
That's how they made the first telescope.
Well, yeah, kind of. That's not storing information. I'm talking about like, oh, let me put this file on a USB, and like you could store so much, you store it into that, and
Dude, that is such a crazy thing to think about. Like I remember when I was a kid, we had floppy disks that was like 1 megabyte.
yeah,
You could put 2 porno JPEGs on it.
yeah, right.
And then you had you got the fucking the CD, I guess, which had 700 megabytes. And then eventually, I got an external hard drive with 3 terabytes on it for like $100.
A PlayStation with like 70 gigs. Like,
yeah.
Look at this floppy disk, dude. Waterworks. Guess what it is? Just throw it in there, baby.
We better be fucking careful talking about storing shit in light and all of these thoughts. We're gonna break the fucking the universe. We're gonna rip it open right here.
It's scary though, because it's like, dude, like quantum physics and like is just nuts. Like, and the theoretical side of it too, of just knowing and actually understanding that, like everything, well enough to expand on it more and wonder what else, right? Because some of those great minds that are always thinking, they get paid to think, are on the right track, and they did that from some unknowing way, right? Like information is all stored in one place somewhere, and we all have access to it. Some just have more access to it because they're less cloudy, less distracted, but like, it's nuts, dude. Like the Einstein thing, how he literally predicted what a black hole would look like before we ever could take a picture of one. We finally take a picture of one, and it's pretty spot on.
No, it really shows human intelligence and how far we can go. We talk about technology progression. You mentioned the moon landing earlier. The first rover to land on the moon had the same computing power as a fucking sun calculator. Like
a solar
literally a solar.
Crazy.
It literally had this in 1969. That rover had the same computing power as a solar powered calculator. We have 1,000 times that power in our pocket
in the palm
today.
of our hand.
It's absolutely insane.
Wow.
Do you think deja vu has a lot to do with like reincarnation, almost more or less? Like we've lived it so much.
I don't know. Maybe. I think that's a different topic though. Like I think
maybe. Honestly, yeah, everything's a different topic, but I think that kind of might go hand in hand. Like, why do you think you know it? Do you think like you might double down on yourself in this universe, and you understand a little bit more than you should?
Yeah, but I think some of the things we're thinking are outside.
Maybe he's onto something. Maybe Nikola Tesla brought some of his inventions.
Why don't I just ask Grog?
Right. Well, no, like
let's just what, how should I ask it? Like.
I mean, it's going to give you the same answer. It's going to
interdimensional reincarnation.
What?
Right.
What is your opinion of interdimensional reincarnation?
Yeah.
So I wasn't disagreeing. I was just saying because there's some things that they think about that aren't worldly, so you couldn't learn some of that things from just being reincarnated on Earth.
How dare you fucking ask?
Or at least our
Earth,
right?
All right, here. Let's
maybe in a different reality, in a different.
Let's see what they got. All right. Interdimensional reincarnation is a fascinating concept, blending ideas from spirituality, metaphysics, and speculative science. It suggests that the consciousness or souls can cycle through lives across different dimensions or planes of existence, not just within our familiar physical reality. My take? It's an intriguing way to explore the nature of existence, identity, and the universe's potential complexities. There's no hard evidence for it. Don't be a pussy. Science hasn't cracked consciousness or confirmed extra dimensions in a way that supports this.
Okay, now tell me the truth.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, right. Quit fluffing.
But it doesn't need to be provable to be meaningful. It's a framework that invites a deep question about why we're here and what here even is.
So it's real.
Okay.
Yeah, right. It's all. It was on the internet. It was on Grok.
I read it on the internet. It's real.
What's that?
What would be the purpose of that?
What's that thing that's like something used to be the Bernstein Bears and now it's not.
Oh, that's the Mandela effect.
Yeah, Mandela effect.
Okay.
It's bullshit.
Okay, so I asked, what would be the purpose of all this spiritual reincarnation, right? It says the growth of consciousness.
Yeah, no, right. That information, the singularity, right?
Yeah.
Where it all is, where we all have access to it somehow, but we don't know why. And maybe we find out why when we die and before we get reincarnated into a slime.
Maybe a balancing
planet
karma.
far off, right?
Balancing karma or energy. You know?
And it's all a part of one big scheme because we're all one somehow. And all religions are right, and everything is right in some way, shape, or form.
They say matter cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change form.
Yeah, right.
So I mean, if your consciousness is made of energy, that's matter.
Okay, so, and then I asked Grok, how does AI play into this? So, simulating dimensions. Basically like a cosmic VR training ground. All right?
Oh my God,
Okay.
that shit is crazy.
Consciousness carrier. So, okay. It could become a vessel for reincarnating energies. If AI ever achieves true consciousness, this is fucking with my brain.
So it's basically-
it's nuts. It's nuts.
It's using us as vessels.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, right. Well,
And the Anunnaki or something like said that we were vessels, which is actually interesting. So mapping the multiverse.
yeah,
So like you know,
right. And then you think about it, like, dude, if we get to like, let me dumb this down because I could say way too many things right now. Time is relative. Space is huge, right? There's so many theories that could be right. But when it comes to us creating that fully conscious AI, a sentient being, that thing is going to have not just access to all information ever. It's going to be able to make itself better probably instantly at that point, right?
Oh yeah, exponentially faster. It's going to know what you're thinking right now.
Exactly, and that's when you would be breaking the laws of physics smart. And that's when, like, time travel, whatever it is, if it were ever possible, it would be from something like that, right?
So they can't let us have that.
Well,
more like if it comes
Yeah,
out,
I mean-
what are you going to do about it?
No,
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
I just don't think that. Who in their
Well,
right
no.
mind would
Well,
give
no,
any
it could-
old human that power?
in the sense of, like,
You wouldn't have that.
we
power.
don't know it now because of the time being relative to us and our lifespan.
Okay, so maybe they're trying to stretch out us reaching the singularity so that we have more existence.
Well, kind of, or maybe this whole thing that is even life was made by that sentient being already. Because time is relative. If it all exists on the same plane, somewhere there's
We're
the
all
future
set-
somewhere,
I have a
right?
theory. I think I know what's going on. I've been saying this for a long time. It's the same every time. So what has happened is that these billionaires and these elites, these rich ass families, the Waltons, the Rockefellers, all these people,
Are vampires.
once they became multi-billionaires, the first thing you would do with all that money and elite wealth, once you have a perfect, comfortable life, was you figure out how to live forever.
Yeah,
You would-
exactly.
that's what you would do. So, and if you think about it, if you have figured out to live 50, 70 years, longer than the natural human expectancy, you have figured out how to live forever because by that time, technology is going to be so advanced
Oh, yeah.
that you are going to... So,
All right.
if you have done this and you know that AI is going to automate the world and going to run everything, all of a sudden, they don't need you or anyone, at least not as many. So what you do is you depopulate the planet. You release diseases. You put poison in the food. Abortion. You push it. You do some stuff. You try
A little over the
you
line
try to
sometimes.
slow the growth of the population
Yeah.
because eventually you're just gonna, you don't want too many of the. You'd want the testosterone and all the men to drop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You would want everything that's happening right around you right now to happen.
freeze the mojo. Hey.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like the long-term goal. I feel like they want to stretch that out as long as possible, take advantage of it for as long as possible, use us and enslave us
until
for
they
as
don't-
long as possible,
Until they don't
and
need
keep
you
us
at
in
all.
that state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I just hope
they'll breed you. There'll be a few left as breeding stock.
I just hope they save Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee's DNA, man.
Look at Zim.
You know what cracks me up though?
Zim is just looking.
He is like staring down the
He's
camera
like,
right now. He's like full on eye contact straight into the lens.
Please like and
This is what I was
subscribe to the
hoping
channel.
be, man. I
The-
love it.
You know what cracks me up though is like the people who will be like space isn't real.
Yeah. The whole we've never been to the moon or in space people, they're fucking sick. Like I can if your argument is that we staged the first moon landing, I can almost see where you're coming from there,
Yeah.
but we've been to the moon
Oh
a
yeah,
fucking thousand
exactly,
times.
right?
Yeah.
And not even just us going to the moon, like space itself. You know, like it's like a silly. That's just a silly.
Didn't India just go to the moon? I think that like the third.
Really?
Yeah, I think India just landed on the moon like 6 months ago.
That's actually crazy. The poorest country in the world, probably overall.
No.
What is India's AI
overall.
like?
India's
What
actually
is
the
India's
richest.
AI?
India's actually very rich. I mean,
Rich, eh?
yeah, I'm not sure their people are rich, but like it's
No, India is the richest.
they're one of the biggest polluters in the world next to China, so they have
I
a lot
guess,
of
yeah.
industry.
I'm
A lot of countries get stuff.
the
from
most
resources.
billionaires in the world live in India.
Yeah, but also some of the biggest slums.
Yeah, no, it's not a fair society. I believe it's not a great place. I don't know. I've never been there, but yeah.
That's crazy though.
I'm not. Maybe I'm wrong. I have no clue.
Well, no, I could be wrong. I could be thinking of like
I know they're industrious.
pre-moon India.
Yeah.
I know at one point like India was pretty, Slumdog Millionaire. So
Yeah. Afghanistan ain't making it to the moon anytime.
yeah, right. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I'd like to see North Korea try. That'd be great.
Oh god.
That'd be better than just threatening to nuke
Costa
us.
Rica lands on the moon for the first time. All the tourist money, like.
Canada makes it to orbit almost.
Yeah, right.
Hey,
Oh, hey.
Maple syrup didn't get them quite
Dark
there.
out here, eh?
do you guys know why? Do you guys know why they launch rockets from Florida?
Why?
It's the atmosphere.
The weather.
Yeah.
Oh, closer to the equator, probably
it's-
thins
yeah,
it
the-
out because of the heat and stuff.
Yeah, atmosphere is thinner, closer to the equator, so it costs less fuel.
That makes sense.
And it's just the lowest point in America, so that's where it is.
Dude, it's really...
No,
Oh,
that was
man.
supposed to be a joke or not, but it sounds so terrible.
What?
It's the lowest place in America.
Florida,
right.
Hell yeah, brother! Woo!
Oh,
Stupid.
Florida.
I fucking love it.
Dude, isn't it crazy? This is off topic, but like speaking of like the equator being warm in the tropics, how like different temperatures on the planet create vastly different ecosystems and environments, and like
Yes.
like I don't know. I feel like it's always like the warm waters that are the perfect stew for like megalodon or a sea monster. Or like, but who knows though, right? And then
Nessie is the most renowned sea creature. Ain't no Nessie gonna get
Nah,
my tree,
yeah.
Diddy.
I like where
Not
this is
today,
going.
baby.
no, there's places in Antarctica you can't even go, right?
Oh yeah,
Like-
yeah. It seemed like
That's where they're starting to build all these data banks.
Yeah, I saw some stuff on some crazy stuff up there.
there's so much shit they're just not letting us know. I've heard some. I want to know if this is true, but I've heard there's a blocked off section of the Grand Canyon that they don't let anyone in, and it's like they say it's because there's like fucking pyramids and sphinxes and
Leave
shit.
it. Let's.
I've seen.
Let's
no,
say
I've
that.
heard of that. I don't know. It just sounds untrue to me. Like wouldn't a plane see that? Like,
Yeah.
how do you fucking hide
Here's
that?
a little dark topic, but what about like historical like cults and stuff and like demonic stuff and like
Oh, I love that.
curses?
Are you talking about
you know?
Nicolas Cage,
Right.
National Treasure?
Yeah.
No, like
Yeah, right.
I actually like the world is run by insane satanic pedophiles.
Maybe they're quantum feeding off of the universe and getting some of this evil energy that's been being transferred. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of videos. There's a few videos of people like years ago, the Diddy people. One of them was like, yeah, there's underground tunnels. They sex trafficked me through, and they made me have blood orgies and have sex with around dead bodies and stuff.
That's insane.
Like the lawyer that works for the Diddy case just quit, and he's like, "There's just some stuff in there that I don't want. I can't sleep at night over." And it's rumored
Scary.
that it's like necrophilia kind of shit.
Yeah.
You know the fact that the average brain can even correlate that and make the masses believe it makes me feel like if you can
Well, no,
make
what,
if you
dude?
can make it like, bro, probably, yeah, you're probably fucking right at that point. Like, dude, if you're thinking
It
of
would
it,
be
and
so-
someone like, man, probably someone did it already.
Yeah.
At a certain point,
It would be
you know
so
what I'm saying?
hard to actually convince the masses nowadays, though, because of how fast false news spreads. Like fake news spreads on the internet, it's like 6 times faster than real news.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not only that. There's also something called the Overton window, which is how fast like news moves and how the cycle moves. Like like a couple years ago, like if you remember the whole defund the police, that would have been unthinkable. But then a few political things happened, and all of a sudden we're thinking about defunding the police.
It's called the
If you can,
Overton?
it's called the
Overton
Overton window. How you can move things politically and socially by news stories, and yeah, the very very
Psychology,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
you know? You get very, very smart psychologists at a high level, and they know how to control an entire society.
Yeah, sociology.
Especially
really,
if
yeah.
you make, especially if they're AI and they're treating
yeah,
people
right.
online.
Right? Exactly. Dude, think of
Fucking
that.
full circle.
Think of a completely logical, emotionless, psychological AI that knows every single tick we have.
Exactly.
Every
Dude,
single
it's,
itch,
and
they're
every
doing
single
that.
urge.
I mean,
Oh, Facebook knows when you're.
subliminal messages, man. And what's that? The thing for dogs when the bell rings.
Where the dog
The
whistles.
Pavlov's.
It's the same.
experiment.
It's the same. You just.
No, it came out years ago that
Yeah.
Facebook knows when you have to poop.
It
does.
No,
It-
All right.
by
All
the-
right. All right. End it there.
All right,
That is actually crazy. You said
Dude.
that.
that is a thing. All right, but yes, we are hitting the 2-hour mark.
This is literally the longest live stream.
This is
we've
Yeah,
one
ever
of the
so-
longest
yeah, that
live
was good,
streams
though.
we've ever done, but it's been great. I've loved it. I've had a great.
Thank you for having us, but it will not.
Can I get subtitles?
We will be back.
Oh yeah, there will be subtitles. Don't
Oh,
worry.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's great.
I feel like we got some good stuff out of that, too.
Oh
so-
yeah, no.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun journey. I had a great time. I'm glad you guys came down, and definitely gonna come back for another one. We can get deep into it. Solve society's problems.
Far into crypto, sports,
For who's watching,
anything.
this will slowly become a full team.
Yeah, we are not AI.
Cat too.
Oh yeah, no. This is
Yeah, no, we
this is
are.
100% human soul, and we'll fucking
Well, and
expand your minds
Yes.
Yeah, we are
Just
not.
think with us, right? Wonder with us.
yeah, man, and
Contemplate with us. Joke with us. Be raunchy with us.
All right, folks.
be raunchy.
Yeah, bend
All
over.
right, we gotta end this. We are RK Ultra. We are not a government agency here to brainwash you. We're the good guys. We promise. You can follow us on Twitter and X
X.
and Instagram at RK UltraCast. You can follow us on Rumble at RK Ultra.
Or find us at www.rkultra.com.
So follow us because we'll be following you straight to the nightmare hellish AI future.
Yeah, follow us, or we're gonna follow you home.
No, I'll,
And I'll use AI the entire time.
yeah. AI me will be there cooking you breakfast.